good to go. Do we want to just go for this meeting? Is it like, are we ready? Do we know what we're going to say? What the deal is?
No, I don't think we have a very. I'm not sure we're clear on what we're going to say aside from telling him about the attack and the. You're basically declaring what business you're on, right? To the grasp, which is fairly risky.
And also, we can't really be telling anybody who Maynard and Aragin are, right?
Well, we could.
I mean, not without my coin purse getting lined just a little bit. I think.
What's your testicles got to do with this?
That was your cue to start handing cash out, Ariel.
All right. So, who are the key people we thought we were going to meet? Who are the people who's the person we think we're likely to meet? What was his name?
Slick Dicky.
Slick Dicky. Richard.
Is it Slick Jimmy Morris? Oh no, Richard Slick Dicky.
Richard Slick Richard.
So there's a guy called Slick, and then there's a guy called Slick Dicky.
Really?
No. So. Well, according to the thing, they're the same. But, oh wait, sorry. No, you're right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Slick Jimmy Morris, and then Slick Dicky. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I didn't notice that.
Well, that's confusing, isn't it? Are they twins?
Were you saying this, by the way?
Where are you reading that?
I'm on the Tarathian
Go to the biographies, Heroes Palace.
Okay.
Or the Grasp.
Richard Slick Dicky Morris. Richard Rigid Balor.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Right down the bottom there's Jimmy Morris.
Right, Dougs. What the? There's some Freud up in these naming conventions. All right. Robert Baker,
Richard.
Nightblade. And then Jimmy Morris called Slick. Okay.
Was it Dash's mum that gave him the nickname Rigid?
Little Slick Dicky.
So that's a security. That's a guy. The first guy that when you went into Heroes Palace in the first place, that guy was on the door.
It's Richard Rigid, right? So that would be Rigid Dick.
Yeah, Dick Rigid, actually. Dick Rigid.
I think I've read that book.
Although, side note, that Jimmy Morrison photo, that's straight out of King Arthur, right? That old school as movie. Isn't he like Uther?
Maybe.
I think so.
Okay, this guy there, that's Dash's stepbrother.
Yeah.
Who?
Which guy?
The second
the guy in Discord, Rigid. Richard. What are we calling him? Dick Rigid.
Bill Dicky.
Okay. Step brother. Okay,
Dick the Junior.
Dick Rigid.
I love how it says Richard is not necessarily the hardest man.
In the room.
We never found out. Step brother as in.
And that's the manager. Sorry. That's the manager guy.
Do you have the same mum or the same, like, what's the deal?
It's just a step brother, so it must. Did your parents actually get? Well, yeah, it was his dad that died.
Well, it's Balor. Balor. No, he's Balor's son. So, he's not.
Oh, he's Balor's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Balor was the dead guy.
Yeah, Balor's son. Balor.
So, I mean, we've already told this Trevor character who runs Heroes Palace. It was about the attack on Lady Meredith and stuff. We obviously didn't mention who we were specifically, just that we're investigating that.
And Douglas told me to go and read.
I think we could just post it in Discord. I think we can assume that he's probably told the Grasp at least that much.
Okay. What are we trying to get out of them here?
I'm trying to even remember what I told him 2 weeks ago.
Who did we speak? Who did we speak to from the Man at Arms, from the guards? What was his name?
Don't think we got a name, did we?
Yeah, I think we did. Sergeant somebody or other.
Okay. I have to admit, I'll check that.
I've got the
So
report.
he was the guy that showed up when we butchered that person.
Yeah, because we
Two
said
people.
Sergeant Bannerman.
Sergeant Bannerman.
Bannerman.
So who was he? Bannerman?
He was the sergeant that showed up after we had that little brouhaha. We explained the situation.
Oh, yep.
And we sent him off to do something, didn't we? Well, as much as you can send him off to do something.
He took the corpses of the two slain attackers to the castle. He ordered them to be taken to the castle with a view to seeing if anyone there could identify them.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're back up and running. Everyone remembers exactly what happened last session now.
How many people in Tarathian Inn City? We talking like 10,000, 5,000, 50,000?
Much more.
Just
Much more.
okay,
now.
okay. So all right. So there's a
Big
reasonable
city now.
chance that they won't be able to identify him. I was just wondering if it was only like 5,000 people. It would be
Yeah, it's
pretty
much,
obvious,
much
but
bigger than
no.
that.
Okay, yep, cool.
So can I play this whole thing out real quick in my head, right? We came back here to investigate Lady Meredith's attack. She was here to investigate a family who had been poisoned and who blood throwing up everywhere. The attack, we believe, was conducted by somebody with a tattoo that represented they were from the Billy Hill gang. While we were here, we went to Dash's mum's single-story whorehouse, and we uncovered that he had left Tarathian because he might have been blamed for the murder of Balor, which is this guy shacking up with his mum, who had also hired Morrow to identify a magical item, which nothing came of, but then Morrow left in a hurry.
With the down payment.
With the down payment and a bounty on his head, or an assassin that came after him at some point between the original payment and the job being done, which didn't actually occur. We're now in a situation where it's possible, and you two have affiliations with the Grasp. Benny Hill Gang is the one we think is responsible for killing or for attempting to kill Lady Meredith, and possibly by association having killed the other family. And now we're going back to a meeting with the Grasp to see what they know about the whole situation. Is that how I understand the story so far?
Well, yes.
One tiny correction, I think, is that Lady Meredith was in town for the funeral, was she, rather than doing any investigation?
I think she was in town for the funeral, yes, but I'm pretty sure her...
I
think she
yeah.
spoke at the
Guards.
trial.
Oh, yes.
And she got she got into trouble for that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's right.
And
That's
also,
background.
I think, was it Dash or Morrow seemed to think, or Dash actually kind of revealed that people are looking for us.
That's the
your
Grasp.
character's name, Luke? Sorry, what was it?
Maynard.
Maynard. That's
Maynard.
right. Yeah. So people are looking for us. A couple of orphans for Greystone for some reason.
So that's the additional part, yeah, which doesn't seem to correspond as much.
No, it doesn't seem to
So
work
who was
yet.
looking for us? Did you say something about orcs?
No, I don't think so. No, I can't remember what I said, but yes, what happened is they rounded on me because I'd met with Rigid in Ryman Castle, and asked what was that all about, and I think I said that there was people looking for some boys from Greystone.
Yeah, well, I think it also came out when you tricked me, because you were like, "Oh, you and Maynard are the ones they're looking for from Greystone or something," and I was like, "You're not supposed. How do you know that we were the one that we're from Greystone?"
Right, so they were looking
So
for
you got
you.
it
No,
out of
no,
me,
no.
but-
It was a little bit different from that. You were telling
Yeah,
me you
might
knew a
have been.
bunch about my history, and I said, "Well, I know you're both from Greystone," and you were like, "Really?"
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, how
was
did you know that? Yeah.
Okay, so they were looking for two boys from Greystone. It wasn't necessarily you two, but you two happened to be from Greystone, so you are probably the two they're looking for, yeah? And Morrow's related to Lady Meredith. We know that, right?
Yeah, cousin or nephew or something, was it? Yeah.
Okay.
Cousin.
Okay, so Morrow knows that these guys are also wanted, right?
And
By-
Baron,
I know that you mentioned that came up last week. Yeah.
yeah.
now let's think about the storyline on the two different sides, the Grasp and the Betty Hill, yeah? The Grasp entire storyline, basically, Baylor's working for the Grasp, right? Dash, connected to the Grasp, Morrow
Well,
working for Balor. That's whole side. And then the assassination attempt on Morrow. But then the Benny Hill is all around, well, potentially the murder of that family, Lady Meredith, the attack of that situation. And so Morrow's the only connection between the two that I can see at this point. But I don't know who is the one that actually wants to find the two boys from Greystone. Is that the Grasp?
the Grasp were asking. Yeah.
The Grasp were asking. How do we want to play that out here in this meeting?
We don't say. Yeah, I don't think we say anything about
no,
it.
no. So I told Rigid that you guys were the sons of the sheriff of Avatar, because you were actually going around saying that to everybody already.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And so you don't need to mention that anything about Greystone.
But if we were to just say you're looking for two people from Greystone, I mean, what?
I don't think we
Yeah,
want to
I wouldn't-
connect
I
ourselves
wouldn't-
to that part of the story.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Okay.
go. You'd probably get me killed.
Well, yeah, I'm wondering if we would. That's the question I have. It's like exactly what sort of lies have you told
Okay,
around
yeah.
the place about what the Grasp is after and what they're doing?
Maybe we
Okay.
should.
So our goal here, and Morrow, what happened to the magical item, by the way? Oh, you never received it. You received the down payment
No.
for it.
I essentially got like less than half of what I was supposed to get, and it just didn't materialize.
Right.
Yeah, so
But,
do
essentially
you need
found
to
out
make
who
a
fit-
deception check when you're saying that part?
Yeah,
I mean,
just
is
wondering
there
if I get a
some kind of
perception
wrong
roll.
thing? Yeah.
not that I know of.
You
I'll have
rigged
to
it
make a
quick.
charisma check, persuasion, to see if you buy it.
Okay.
It's like that's my problem. This is
No
what I
way,
use.
like,
for,
there's no way I'm ever gonna make a, or look, I don't tend to like make PCs roll a deception check on each other.
No,
It just seems like
You just
I don't know.
let it fester.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't like that whole thing. Right? This is role playing. It's not like it's like rolling dice to go. You're lying, and that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Who's Sir?
If you want to lie, go for it.
Who's Sir Abranth? Abranth? Is that how you place it? Because Arbranth was the one that Meredith told she was staying at Hero's Palace. Who's he? Is he in the content? Just have a look.
He's not anyone you've met.
No.
And the Duke of Tarathian is Senator Palpatine.
Correct. Yeah.
Evil bastard.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to read through her letter, right, just to see if there's any connection, any obvious connection.
Yeah, and her diary. Actually, there is some stuff in her diary. Maybe we should go and track down the Sam woman while we're here.
Yeah.
Because that's what she was planning to do, but obviously got chased off.
And there's Hagnick, the half orc, right? Who makes me think Bannock's bloodline is somehow still connected up to this
Yeah,
heaven.
I'll shag anything. Lord Inquisitor accused her that she was merely seeking to transfer the blame to another, which may well be true. Another servant named Sam, who was a woman, I suppose, that Samantha accused Kathy the cook of having a grudge against Peter, one of the children, and against Audrey herself, who actually beat her, which was sad to hear. Okay. Couldn't imagine Audrey beating a servant. I petitioned to interview the cook myself as a relative, so I had to explain my relationship. Okay, so Sam accused Kathy the cook, and she wanted to speak to Sam.
And Kathy ended up hanging. She was the one on trial, was it?
Yeah.
It's going to be
yeah,
hard
we
to interview Kathy now.
I've got to speak with Dead.
So, yeah.
But we
Okay,
we
so
could interview
we should
Sam.
definitely track down this Sam then.
Yeah.
Actually, we probably should have done that before we talked to the Grasp, but we've set up a meeting now.
Well, let's talk to the Grasp anyway, because we want to figure out what they know about the attack, because I'm sure they do know something about it. So our whole goal here is to keep it on the side of the what happened to Lady Meredith, and to discuss nothing about what happened to Balor and Neal's whole mum and all that sort of story. Yep. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's never going to get old saying that, is it?
No.
Neal's mum.
No. There's no way. I shouldn't say Neal's. I shouldn't say
that in the email. I was just like, yes.
Okay, I've got to remember not to say Neal's mum.
I've ever found out.
I got to remember to say Dash's mum, because otherwise.
Yeah.
And he might see the stream.
Yeah.
He'll cut the audio out.
Dash's whole mum.
Yeah, Dash's mum. Yeah.
Just out of interest, just because it might have skipped my memory, when we got jumped last time, was there anyone they were specifically interested in, or did they just happen upon us?
It's a good question. Were they targeting
I think
anybody?
they called Maynard first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that was because I was at the back.
Yeah,
You were kind
I
of
just
like-
wondered if they.
It's not obvious that they were going for one particular person.
Right.
But certainly Maynard got knocked down first.
Okay, no worries. It was just because I remember I think I missed a little bit as we jumped into that fight because my internet was a bit patchy last time, but I couldn't remember. Right. Okay. So that's a bit of a dead end then.
So
I mean, I don't have any other questions.
Well, maybe we want to know a little bit about your backstory a bit more.
Sure.
So are you from Tarathian City?
Tarathian proper, yeah.
What part?
That's a good point. I don't think that's actually specified.
And are there any tattoo marks on your hands?
I can just pull up my sleeves and just.
Did you know your cousin was in
Okay.
town?
And the answer, Morrow, is Garin Wood. It's like it's sort of right up in the north, and it's north of the town. It's there were a lot of big houses up there.
Yeah, it's away from Cheapside anyway. Yeah, definitely not Cheapside. We've got block paving driveways a lot.
So you've got some wealthy parents then?
Reasonably, but I wouldn't say we get on.
Yeah, if he's what a nephew or a cousin to Lady Meredith, is that her name?
Yeah.
Did you
must be a bit of wealth.
So Mara, did you know Lady Meredith was in town, or had you left before then?
To be honest, this has kind of landed on my head. I didn't know she'd, essentially when I happened to be in need of a place to stay, and I'll be honest, I was pulling every thread I had.
Right.
So I basically managed to. Well, she was going to give me some guidance on essentially, and I just kind of let a couple of little sparks go out my fingertips, just to improve this, because I didn't really finish my studies. I kind of bodged the rest.
Given you were quite
the more I hang out with you guys, the more I seem to need it. Sorry.
Given you're quite charismatic, have you ever been her toy boy?
I would hope not. I mean, we're not that good at cousins. Distant.
Second or third, yeah.
It's high fantasy. We're okay with that. Mike, so these elves that were spying on Meredith when she arrived here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to make a correction there. Yeah, sorry about this. I'm just checking this. Morrow, your family is from Binnell Hill, not Gowanwood.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
well.
so let's have a look at those knuckle tattoos.
Yeah, there you go.
But he doesn't have any tattoos on his hands.
Look really
Oh,
close.
does he?
There you go.
Would he have told us? Would he have told us that? Okay, but I'm going to write that down. You're on my notes now. Morrow.
Is it always like hands and knuckles that Benny Hill boys have their tattoos on, or are there other places?
Like the anus?
I mean, you probably checked him asleep, so you'd know. It's your favoured terrain.
Favoured terrain.
That's awesome.
Family from.
And so that giant tattoo on that corpse didn't mean anything to any of us, did it? Including the guards?
Oh, what was it supposed to be? An eagle
It
or
was a big hawk,
butter-
yeah.
a big
Something,
hawk, yeah.
some type of bird.
It's pretty low grade, wasn't it?
So we want to find out from the grass, but do we want to actually? Because okay, so
Let's get talk
on
to
the
them, and we should check in with the castle later, just in case.
We definitely
And
need
I've got
to.
a letter for the Duke.
so when Meredith wrote her notes, right? She wrote on Wednesday that she was being watched by 2 elves. That doesn't necessarily mean it was the Benny Hill group. It could have been the grass. Do we actually want to ask them about it? Who like, because elves are pretty unique in town. Do we want to actually
I
ask
think we
them
should
about
just keep an. I think we should just keep an eye out and see if any elves turn up anywhere,
it? Yeah,
rather than ask.
because if it is them, if it is the grasp that was doing the spying, they're going to be like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll leave town for a bit.
Because it's so obvious if you want to like throw it off that you just put a fake tattoo on your kind of hand, and then look, it was the Benny Hill boys who were in here trying to kill someone.
True, but I think I don't think they expected her to survive anyway, so it probably wasn't, weren't expecting.
Especially, did she say it happened in the dark as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, she did.
We
Happened in
wouldn't
the
take
dark.
Morrow for
So
this
how
meeting.
did she get a glimpse
Obviously,
of
it
the tattoo
wasn't
then?
completely dark. Obviously, it
Yeah.
wasn't completely dark, but there's enough light to see a tattoo.
And that dodgy tattoo of the eagle, that was on one of the corpses, right? Of the guys that we killed.
Correct. Yeah, it was on his back.
That could easily. That doesn't have to be the Benny Hill guys attacking us there. That could have easily been the grass people. To be fair.
Mm.
Yep.
Right. Maybe we should pop in and have this meeting.
I think so.
This time we'll take our weapons. Right.
Okay, yeah, your weapons are with you.
Do
Sure.
we want to try to smuggle some in?
Well, if we meet them up in our room, then we've potentially got them, don't we?
Yeah, I'm happy to hide a dagger.
Yeah.
That's all I've got, basically, in terms of weaponry.
I am a weapon. Actually, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm out of spell slots.
Oh, and I think I picked up a mace as well. I want to get a blackjack eventually. Just that seems more my style.
Yeah, fair enough.
Gosh.
What would that best correspond to in the player's handbook? The blackjack.
I'm not sure. I don't think there is a kosh, but I mean, probably like a simple mace, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
5e.
I thought there was a blackjack in the place.
There may be, and I'm just stupid.
So now it's been well over 2 hours that you guys have been just standing in the road. Some of you quite badly injured, just standing in the road, just discussing things. You'll probably
It'd be
been
a
about
club, wouldn't it?
Yeah, or a small.
Yeah,
mace,
so we would have
maybe.
been noticed, right? It's
yeah,
not a-
small.
not a-
You could call it a small mace.
This isn't the most secretive of a location, standing around in the alleys having a discussion.
No,
eh?
but I assume that when you've been talking fairly quietly, and whenever anyone's been walking too close, you've been
100%. Yeah.
being somewhat discreet. Okay, so
Except when it was the Dash's mother as a whore part, then we'd all say it
Yep.
loudly.
Yeah,
and
that's
laugh.
always
Loud
said
as possible.
loudly. Okay, so shall we just go hang out in the Hero's Palace, get a beer or two, chillax, make ourselves obvious, maybe?
And so, how are we going to meet up with the grasp?
I'm assuming they'll find us in Hero's Palace, right? That was the meeting spot that we agreed, yeah?
Trevor Cook, right, Maynard? Because I think you might have missed a little bit there.
Yeah.
So Trevor Cook, who's this guy. Right?
Yep.
He's
the head of Hero's Palace. This was the guy we spoke to last time.
So he said he would arrange or try to arrange an interview with you.
That's right. Okay,
with the
cool.
grasp. Okay.
So before we go into the meeting, sorry, just quickly before we go into the meeting, does anyone have a spare dagger? Because actually, it would be good. I'd quite like to have a dagger secreted on me just when I'm inside.
Well,
down in the common room.
Would you like mine? Because I don't really use them.
Yeah, I don't have one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I could lend you one.
Yeah, do you want to just lend me one?
I was looking at the wrong.
Yeah. It's probably quite good for everyone to have one.
Maynard, I'm only seeing one dagger on your character sheet.
Okay. All right.
How long into the meeting?
Can
we run to the store?
Dash.
I'm trying to remember how I got myself a light crossbow. Does anyone remember?
Yeah, off these guys that we killed.
Stealth looting?
I got.
No. It was bartered or something with someone, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe it was.
I thought one of the rangers had a light crossbow from back in the woods.
Good, thanks. So I think it was someone's
longbow, actually. Oh, actually, sorry. No, I think you got it off me. I took the longbow off that dead ranger.
Right.
Yeah. On the way back to Hero's Palace, can I just swing by somewhere that would sell a dagger?
Well, it's only about a minute, and there's like finding somewhere to sell a dagger is going to be tricky.
Can I conceal a short sword?
You could try. Yeah, I don't know how you're going to conceal a short sword because it's not going to be that short. It's going to be like something like that.
Okay.
But you can try.
No, I'll go in with the dagger as well.
Did someone need my spare dagger then? Did you guys want it?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe if I could just borrow it.
There you go.
You do have cantrips.
One dagger.
Thank you.
You need
to.
You've given away all your weapons, mate. You just need to make a note of that.
I am my own weapon.
It's Morrow's got a mace.
Yeah.
Which is probably.
So when you gave me that sword,
okay,
were you apologizing for something? Because I'm still not clear what.
No, I was asking for something.
Well, sorry, Morrow. It's really important that you understand that Dash, he doesn't give things away ever, and so can't understand it when somebody else does. He gets weird about it. Like, he's that guy who gets angry at you for giving him a Christmas gift because now he has to figure out what you're gonna want and make sure it's the same value.
Yeah, I think I've read a book on people like you. Antisocial something.
It's about transactional relationships, right?
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So you go to the door. There are two guys on the door. One of them you recognize, one of them you don't. And when I say the door, it's the main entrance. It's pretty busy. It's pretty busy right now. It's like early evening. So there's this guy, Jimmy Morris, or Slick Jimmy as they call him, and he says he recognizes you. And he says, gentlemen, would you mind waiting here for a few minutes while I go and get Mr. Gordon and Mr. Cook?
Okay.
Mr. Gordon, Mr. Cook.
Yeah.
So he goes off and finds them.
Who are they? I'll whisper to everybody. Who are they?
So you've seen these guys before. So
Mr. Cook, sorry, and Mr. Gordon.
So this guy here, he's kind of the head of security guy.
Right.
So it takes a few minutes. So he turns up with Mr. Cook as well. And they walk across, kind of nodding and greeting. And Trevor Cook, he's the overall manager of Heroes Palace. Is not good. As we discussed earlier, a senior member of the Grasp would like to interview. I'm not sure exactly when. I'll have to ask you to wait upstairs. I'd like to offer you some drinks while you're waiting. Sebastian, would you show them to an interview room? I'll have some ale, cheese, cold meats sent up right away. And Sebastian Gordon, he kind of he nods and he kind of beckons.
So we'll just put our weapons in the room.
No one's tried to take your weapons away.
Okay. Can I just roll insight just to take the temperature of that? Because there's a lot of exchanging of looks. Do I just feel the pit in my stomach?
Go for it. Roll a d20, please.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sip the ale and not drink any. Just take one little sip.
You're gonna pretend.
Never mind. Never mind.
Only water's for me, boy.
What did I miss?
Okay, so
Free booze.
So I say you rolled a 3.
Jeez.
Not good.
Yeah. You've got no idea what's going on.
Well, that here's history tells me that sticking my face in the hornet's nest works out fine.
Oh, right. Enable Discord posting is not set up. Good. Okay, it is now. Okay, so he takes you up. He takes you up a couple of flights of stairs, and he takes you to a room. It's an upstairs room. There's a large table surrounded by chairs. There's nothing else in the room. And he directs you to sit down. He removes some empty mugs from the table. And he says, yeah, I don't know how long. I don't know how long anyone from the Grasp will be. But, well, it sounds like there's some drinks on the way. And he heads out. It isn't long, and a waitress turns up with a tray of pretty decent food and large mugs of ale. So you've got plenty of time to relax a bit. It's quite a long wait, but after almost an hour, Richard Morris.
So just before the guys head, but just before they head in, because I assume we've got time to chat with the group. So
yes, you do. Go for it.
Talk about our strategy here. So I could potentially drop a charm person if there's just a single person. If there's just a single person that shows up.
Oh, sorry, Ari, you're on mute.
You're muted.
I was just going to say we've got to be careful about that. We don't want to piss the Grasp off while we're in their territory, because he'll know
now,
as soon as it
one
ends.
thing about charm person, even if it's successful, the person will know he was charmed afterwards.
Yeah.
Once it's worn off, yes, we learned that one the hard way.
And if it's not successful, he knows that you've tried to do it. So Maynard is aware of these two facts.
Yeah.
That you've been brown nosing and it's failed.
And obviously,
Yes.
people are not going to be. Most people are not going to react very well to that.
No.
And so
Okay.
Richard Morris arrives.
We've got low hit points, right? Still?
Yeah,
Yes, you're all injured.
Wait, what? I'm on full.
How injured?
Well, we could drink our potions, but none of us have any potions.
Well, are we taking a short rest?
So Bannofix, 2 hit points out of 10. Dash 5 of 9. Maynard 5 of 9. Morrow 3 of 10.
Will this count as a short rest?
It's uninjured.
Will this count as a
Short rest is overnight.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Short rest is like overnight.
8 hours. Yeah.
It requires being able to eat and so on. And
that's right. That's that whole thing I fundamentally disagree with. It's wrong.
Richard Morris, yeah. So I don't have a picture for him here, but it's on the website. It's on the website. So he Richard Morris, head of the grasp, Dash and Morrow have both seen him before. This guy, when I say head of the grasp, he's not necessarily overall head. But
yeah, the second to last picture you posted is him, correct? Oh, no, sorry, that's
No,
that's
that was
Sebastian
head of
Gordon.
security. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
just
so
posted.
he's the guy on the right of what Reed's just
Yeah.
posted. Just Reed's posted.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Yeah. Oops.
Is that a bit confusing? Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I was
no,
wondering why
I've got the hang of it.
they were different
Yeah,
people.
yeah, this guy.
Sorry.
So he comes
It
in,
goes left, right,
he
left,
strides
right.
into the room,
Yeah.
and he's followed by the younger Richard Balor, Dash's stepbrother. That guy. Also followed by Jimmy Morris and
Cheers.
Sebastian Gordon.
Okay, is there like a door or
Trevor
anything
Cook.
that we can like get out of it?
Yeah, is there an exit?
Is there an exit?
There's
A
only
window?
one. There are no windows. There's only one door.
Oh dear.
And so he tries in. All right. So you're the out of towners I heard about. Got in a knife fight just today. Handled yourselves pretty well, I heard. Interesting. And you, and he's looking at Dash, you I know of.
Or maybe you
And
knew
he
his
looks at
mum.
Morrow. He looks at you, Maynard, and kind of frowns a bit.
Okay.
You I know of too. Looking at Morrow. And he sits down. None of the guys behind him sit down. He's just Mr. Dash, Ridge's stepbrother, right?
That's correct, sir.
What are you doing back in Heroes Palace?
What am I doing back at Heroes Palace? I'm asked to escort these fine gentlemen on a quest to find out information about an attack that took place here.
Right, because you know the alleys, you know Heroes Palace. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't need to talk to you. Richard, if you want to go for a drink with Dash, I don't need you either right now. So Richard, he kind of grins a bit, nods, he beckons for Dash. Dash, you want to go with Richard?
Should we go with them, Morrow? And
I think it's
I'll
just you.
What was I excused? I thought it was just you.
okay.
Yeah, it was just Dash.
Yeah, I'll go out with them. But,
You're leaking from trousers.
He doesn't even trust his own friend.
Okay, so can you, Dash, can you please mute your microphone? You don't really need to listen in. What I'm going to do, I'm going to send you an email. Once you've read through it, once you've read through it, just let me know. It's not a short email either.
Okay.
Okay.
You looked happy that I was separated from the party. It was like this DM just eyes lit up.
Yeah. Okay. So Dash leaves.
There's 3 words on the email. You are dead.
Yeah. Can you mute, please, Dash?
Yeah. Hold on.
And don't
your raisins.
unmute until you can rejoin the group.
All right.
Okay.
I'll just paste this email into player chat, guys.
46.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't bloody share. Don't share information you're not meant to share. Eh? So now Morrow.
Mhm.
How do you know these people?
Honestly, I kind of happened to walk across them. Our paths crossed. We were in the same place at the same time. They got themselves into trouble. I kind of owed their benefactor a favor, and I look after them.
You look after them.
I look after them.
I'm just gonna scowl at the back at Morrow.
We're
Yeah,
not
just
used- We're
Super
not used to the
out-of-breath.
big city, sir. It's a bit quieter down in Arbiter.
Yeah, they
Arbiter.
might.
Arbiter.
I have to keep them away from the sheepsiders because they they're very rural. They think the sheepsiders are something other than, well, what we know them to be.
Fucking bullshit me, and don't give me any more of that. And you boy, Bannofix. He's looking at Bannofix. He doesn't say Bannofix. Are you a farmer?
Yeah, for the most part. You know, I'm just here to help.
And that leaves you two, right? Who are you two? And he's Aragin and Maynard.
I'm a guard for the at Ryman Castle, and this is my little brother.
That's us.
You're a guard. Right. So you're not related to the sheriff of Avatar at all then, no? You just work for him. Okay, interesting. And you as well, little brother.
Yep.
Okay. So what I heard is some aristocrat woman was staying here, got attacked, ran screaming out the building on Friday morning, long before dawn. Reckons it was the Binnell Hill boys what done it. She sent you boys here to find them.
Mm-hmm. Or to
Yep.
find
I'm not going to
out.
bullshit you, and you better fucking not bullshit me. If you've heard
Not so
anything
much.
about,
Sorry, go on.
you know, I've got no tolerance for that. There are two reasons I want to talk to you. Firstly, if it's actually true, the Binnell Hill boys are doing robberies in the alleys, anywhere in the alleys, not just Heroes Palace, then I need to talk to the Binnell Hill boys. The robbers need to be handed over, and what happens to them, nobody needs to know the details, because the details ain't pretty. Second reason, Heroes Palace trusts the Grasp to prevent this kind of shit, and the Grasp delivers. So that's now my side. Now tell me what you want.
Well, clearly, and I hate to be rude about this, but the Grasp didn't deliver shit, given the fact that Lady Meredith was attacked in her own rooms in the middle of the night in the middle of Heroes Palace by what she believes were members of the Benny Hill gang. So my question to you is this: how useful are you going to be in this scenario? Because to be fair, I don't know. When one
Okay,
of the...
he just turns around to the guys behind him.
Backing away from Bannix.
Can you believe this motherfucker?
Just calling it straight. It sounds like you need, you want to hear it straight. That's what I'm thinking right now.
He just turns to Aragin and he says, "Why did you bring the farmer boy?"
Because we've only been here a couple of days, and we've already had someone try to chop our head off. This is a dangerous place, and we don't want to get the Duke involved, but Sir Bellingham demands justice when some thug tries to rob/kill his wife. I've enjoyed being here so far. Well, I did on the first night, as you're probably aware, and staying a couple of extra nights wouldn't be bad either, but we need something to take back to Sir Bellingham, or he's going to be pissed off.
Hey. So tell me what you know.
We've pretty much told you everything. She stayed here after giving.
So, but out of the conversation, Aragin,
yeah.
You guys have got the letter. Sorry, you've got all the relevant letters and stuff with you, right?
Yeah.
So we
just to double check, just to make sure I'm on the right track. There's a letter to the Duke which we haven't opened, right? And there's also a writ from Sir Bellingham just saying these guys are investigating the attack on. Am I right?
Yeah.
Two different
so
things?
so these are the things you've got. So you have got a letter. You have got a letter to the Duke, but that's a separate thing, right?
Yeah.
You've also got a letter from Mary Robinson to Lady Meredith.
Yep. Sorry, yep.
And you've also got Sir Roger Bellingham's writ. And you've also got extracts from Lady Meredith's diary, which were transcribed onto separate paper for you.
Yeah. And the only thing we're discussing with him...
And you haven't shown him any of that yet?
No. The only thing we're discussing with him is the attack on Lady Meredith.
So I will pull out the Sir Roger Bellingham's writ, and I will hand it over to this guy and just say, actually, no, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. No,
I
actually,
just realised what that would mean.
Yeah,
it has our names in there.
Yeah, it does. I didn't realise that. I was like, oh, there's abort. And so I'll just tuck that back up, and I will so sorry, wrong thing. That's something to my mistress. That would be embarrassing if I gave you that to read. I have a letter here from Mary Robinson to Lady Meredith, and this is why she came to Tarathian. She was attending a trial, so she couldn't find any accommodation. Yep.
Aragin, can you roll me a deception check, please?
Damn it, I didn't realize our fucking names in that thing.
Have you got any luck points?
No.
I didn't think we were allowed to take luck.
That's not too bad, at least.
In the first, as the first one.
No, I don't think we were. But I need my feats for other shit anyway.
Okay, thank you. Okay, he just looks like you guys are pissing him off a bit, and you're just handing over you're handing over the diary.
No, the actual letter to from Mary Robinson to Lady Meredith.
Okay.
That's short, I'm just going to explain that that's why she was here. She couldn't find anywhere else to stay, so that's why she ended up in Hero's Palace. So
I'll just ask him if he knows.
He reads through that, and then he just, without even looking, he passes it behind. He passes it behind to Jimmy, the other guy, who also reads through it. And he says, yeah, okay, but I need details about the actual attack.
Hey, really quickly though, before we get onto the details of that attack, do you know what happened to that poor family? Do you have any idea what occurred? Did you hear anything about it at all?
He definitely doesn't like Bannofix. He just kind of like he's struggling. He feels insulted that you even open your mouth again after you called your motherfucker. But he's struggling to contain his temper.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "No, not interested."
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you didn't know the attack went down.
It's not a part of town.
I'll just mumble. You didn't know the attack went down in the Hero's Palace, so why should you know about that?
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. You go.
Off you go.
So I'll pull out the diary extracts and just the Friday the 13th of High Summer. I'll show them that one.
Okay. The guys behind have read the letter and they hand back the letter, which was very short. And you're just giving them the extract from Friday the 13th.
Yeah. So and I'll tell them that this is what Lady Meredith wrote down about the attack.
Okay. It's all written on one piece of paper, so you can't really just give them one bit.
Can I just put a folder along it and tear it?
Yes, you can. Yeah. It's written on it's written on both sides of one piece of paper.
Okay.
Yes, you can, but it's going to be fairly obvious.
Can I ask?
I can.
How are you going to do that?
You understand?
Sorry, you go for it, Morrow.
Well, basically, what I was going to say was before you sort of hand over the piece of paper, then I would sort of like basically ask our question right now. It's just like, right, we're interested in sharing a piece of information with you, but there are some elements to this that we're looking to spare the blushes of our patron. Would you be okay with me?
Don't fuck me around.
All right. Okay. And then essentially, I just go, whoom, minor illusion on the top two extracts of that diary and turn it around. It's like you can listen or you can read.
Good call.
So you're doing.
So I essentially
minor
want to use
illusion?
minor illusion to blur the top 2 entries and leave the top. Sorry,
So
Friday the 13th.
you're allowing it to be obvious that you're doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think
I'm fine with that.
But we haven't told them that we can use magic.
Okay.
If he I was essentially
Okay.
Balor's asset. If he doesn't know, he
Okay, you
doesn't
do
know.
that. You do that, and now he just totally loses his temper. He says, "Fuck's sakes, I've been straight with you. Stop fucking me about."
I'm being straight with you. I'm telling you why I'm blurring it.
You're
Yeah.
going to get killed.
You're not my lord and master, mate. I have to answer to Sir Bellingham. So it's not up to us to share Lady
I'll
Meredith's
tell you
personal diary with
what
us.
else I'm not your mate. And he says, you're right now, you're in the Ellis. If you want to leave the Ellis, you're gonna have to learn some manners.
Well, if you can kill us, and I could tell you that 50 armed soldiers will ride up here from Castle Ryman, they will kick the door down, they will call for the Duke, and you will get all sorts of heat. We don't want it to go down like this, mate, but we can't. We are here to do something. You're here because these assholes have committed some crimes, which is going to bring heat down on Heroes Palace in your area. So look, we're all trying to tread a fine line here.
We're not scared of heat.
Look, let's just tell what happened the night that Lady Meredith was attacked, because
Okay, he says it more like he just turns to Morrow and he says, cease this crap, whatever you've done here. I just want to read this paper.
I kind of look to the rest of the group. Like
a little nod. We can go and talk to the Duke instead. We wanted to find a solution that was better.
Instead and get out of my sight.
Okay.
Oh, let's have that.
Okay, so out of his sight, he wants us to leave.
I'll snatch the letter out of his hands as I get up and walk out of the room.
Yep, we'll head off.
Whoa. Thing is, he's still got this letter, right? So it's blurred, but he's still got it, right? Now
we've probably read it. We probably read it enough times to be able to memorize it, right?
Yeah.
So if we were to,
you have, yeah. You kind of probably know the details near enough.
You'll just set that on
Aragorn's going
fire.
to try and snatch the letter out of his hands. Now, Aragin. Yeah.
I think
okay, you can try and do that. How are we going to do this?
Here.
How are we going to do this?
Well,
I'm reasonably dexterous.
We've already given them the letter, so it doesn't, and it's blurred, so he's able to read it. That won't
last forever, right? That won't last forever.
No,
I think it lasts a minute or something, doesn't it? Or, yeah, but you can cast it again, obviously, as long as you're within sight of it.
All right, I think this is a sleight of hand check. So can you roll me a sleight of hand check, and it's going to be opposed.
Okay.
I think that's going to be a 19. So I've got +2 dex, so I'm assuming sleight of hand has to be.
I don't know if I'd know, but what kind of a relationship did Balor have with these guys? Were they kind of glad to be rid of him, or do I?
Yeah. You certainly know that Balor was certainly associated with the grasp.
Why
is it worthwhile you telling him you're the one who did it? Is that what
no. I was going to actually. I was tempted to.
All right.
I was tempted to say something.
Aragin, he wasn't expecting this. You snatch the letter out of his hand. His mouth just opens.
I'm going to say apologies, Mr. Cook. Apologies, Mr. Morris. But I imagine we'll be discussing this all with the Inquisitor tomorrow. We wanted to avoid that. Good day, sirs.
But
okay.
then, sorry, go on.
Okay, and now
I'm going to
And
wait
now-
outside the door just in case some
and
blades
now
get drawn. Though.
Split Jimmy is blocking the door, and he just turns to I'm gonna let these guys leave. And Slick Dicky is he's not even replying.
Can I then just say, look, because I know we can't
pulls out
meet.
his weapon. He pulls out his weapon.
Carry on talking, Morrow.
I want to say, like, you know, kind of like in a more, you know, our hands up and kind of a sort of disarming sort of gesture, saying, look, I know we can't see eye to eye on this, but in the interest of goodwill, I may have information that may help you understand what Balor was doing when he was killed. I don't know who got him killed. I don't know why he was killed. But if that's of interest to you, I will share what I know.
Okay. And
Because I can't help you with this, and I point to the letter, but I can help
Slick
you
Dicky,
with that.
he just says, "Sit back down." And he's like pointing at Aragin as well. Aragin, what are you going to do?
I'll go back to my seat.
Yeah, you guys do have all your weapons, but yeah, Aragin, can you roll me an insight check, please?
I think I'm more insightful than Aragin. Should you want me to roll it?
No, I think Aragin should roll it.
Okay.
Well, that's not bad. What's insight though? Wisdom, I imagine.
Okay. Insight.
Oh, I'm proficient. +2.
Yeah.
17.
Aragin. It's not natural. It's not natural for you to. It's not natural for you to think like this, but in your heart, you do realize that a couple of these guys could probably quite easily defeat all of you.
Hey,
Right.
with the insight
Especially
checks,
with how cut up we are.
This guy here,
Tapped out.
this guy
5 hit
here
points.
is this guy here is gonna know his stuff, and they could probably slit all your throat.
just
You're a good fighter in that, but firstly you're injured, and secondly you're
First
just
level.
not as experienced as these guys.
Just out of curiosity, with the insight check, why would you get Aragin to do it instead of me? Just given the fact that I've got like a +5 on it, like I'm naturally just sitting there being super insightful. I'm just wondering, like, how do you pick it? How do you pick it up?
Bannofix probably knew this already.
Okay, right. Yeah. I mean, I did.
Okay, and he says, sit down and talk.
Was that to me or to Aragin? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, he's talking tomorrow.
Right. So I basically, you know, just hands on the table. I was an asset of Balor's. Occasionally he'd throw things my way. He'd want things identified, things. Well, I kind of just sort of gesture that of a magical nature that he couldn't comprehend. What little I do know, I could share with him. The details he was usually pretty sparing with, but he asked me to research about someone called Axon-Mandus. I don't know much, but I think he got his hands on something, or he had a view to getting his hands on something. All I know is he turned up dead, and somebody, you know, a chap, Nightblade, was hired to come after me, and that's why I left. Now, I don't know who he's working for, but I think conversation with him, with you, fine gentleman, is probably going to go a lot further than it is with me.
You mean Nightblade?
Yeah, he came after me.
Right.
I assume to tidy me away.
Interesting. Okay. And what did you say? Axon something.
Axon-Mandus.
Right. Okay. And he takes out a pencil from his pocket. He's still got he's still got his weapon in his hand. Takes it and he says, "Write it on that piece of paper that this guy here was about to give me."
So on the diary extract.
And it says, "If you guys want to leave this room alive, you're going to have to hand over all these papers you've got. We've already read that letter. Everything else, I want to see it."
I can hand you over the diary extract, but you realise
That's a good start.
that that's going to make some trouble with you and Sir Bellingham, a close friend of the Duke.
I'm not scared of Mr. Bellingham. So, you're going to hand over the diary extract?
I'll hand over the diary extract. I'll hand it to Morrow first, so he can write that name.
And your note to your mistress as well, please.
It doesn't seem like there'd be any reason for me to
hand that over.
That would be incredibly embarrassing.
So he's reading through.
You failed your deception check, so I think he's.
So I'm going to pull out not that letter, but the letter from Sir Bellingham to the Duke, and I say, "You realise you'll probably get us all killed if you crack the seal on this. I have to hand this to the Duke himself tomorrow. I don't know what's in there."
Oh, nice. Okay. Aragin. Aragin, how are you going to do? Yeah, okay. We need another deception check. Now, the thing is, you did start pulling out this writ, so I don't know whether you'll get away with this, but we can do a deception check, and you might.
Can you give me inspiration? How is that? Is that like a reaction or something? How quick is that? Bonus action? Could someone give me inspiration?
Oh, I can. No, I'm going to lean over and give him a. No, I'm going to give him the inspiration for this, right? I can do that. Yeah. Because
I'm going to just take a second to obviously go through my little belt pouch there or whatever it is in my backpack.
I'm guidance is a cantrip. It's guidance.
I think everyone else needed to know that he was going to do this, and I don't think anyone else knew that. So I think, you know what I mean. So sure, if you'd set this up in advance, then sure.
I was saying it before I pulled it out. I'm going to have to rifle around and get the letter. I'm not holding it in my hand.
Yeah, but no one else knows what you're doing. But you know, like he doesn't necessarily know either. So
I've had 2 good rolls in a row.
2 good rolls in a row.
18, 3 in a row.
Yes, nice.
All right. So
I just go, phew.
Looks at it.
Wow, he bought it.
And he's yeah, that was nice. He looks at that. He looks at it, but he's reading through the letter, and he says, "Yeah, what was your name again?"
My name, Aragin.
How old are you?
21. I think that's right, isn't it? I'm not trying to lie to him. Yeah, 21.
And you're a soldier, right?
Yeah, a soldier at Ryman Castle.
Special friend of Lady Meredith, are you?
I've known her for a long time, yeah. The castle's not very big. It's not like Tarathian.
If you're wondering why, I won't say anything. I'll stay quiet.
And who's your sweetheart?
Mary.
Not Mary Robinson, no.
No. Oh, no. She's one of I was going to say a lady in waiting, but she's more a lady in waiting and training, and the guards aren't supposed to fraternize with castle staff, which is why well, not that kind of fraternization, if you get what I'm saying, which is why I didn't want to say anything.
And why you've been making use of the hookers around
I just want to turn to him. I went, Mary, you crafty bastard. You knew I had my own.
Okay.
Can I give an assisted deception check?
She likes a rougher man.
He's not really paying that much attention to that. He's reading through the letter.
She likes them
It
little.
takes him quite a while to read through the letter. Takes him quite a while to read through the letter. And he looks at the letter to the Duke. And he's, yeah. Do you know the contents of this letter?
I don't.
To be honest, I should have gone to the castle already and handed it in. But we wanted to try and find out some stuff before it becomes obvious that that we talked to the Duke.
So this was the message to your sweetheart. You just didn't want to tell me.
Yes.
I warned you not to bullshit me. Okay, so he reads through it all, and then he turns around to the other guys behind him, and he reads out Mr. Gordon's just standing there unmoving and expressionless. He's ready for a fight, but he hasn't got his weapon out. Mr. Cook, Mr. Morris as well. Slit Jimmy Morris, he has got his weapon out, but it's done. And Richard reads out, the first man was somewhat thin, perhaps average height, dark hair. I think, though light made it hard to tell, he wore a hood and a mask from his nose down. The second man was also thin but somewhat taller. He was also hooded, and I believe he had a mask. Also, though it was too dark to be sure, what I did see is what looked like a butterfly tattoo on his right fist, clenched as it was around a blade. And the blade was glistening wet without water, poison, or blood, I know not. Mr. Gordon, Mr. Cook, Jimmy, butterfly tattoo could be BHP. Hard to say unless you actually see it. Not much to go on. Any particular individual spring to mind?
She did draw a picture for us. We got her to draw a picture of what the butterfly tattoo looked like. And I'll take the pencil.
Hands over his pencil to
write it down.
Maynard. Yeah. So he says, okay.
I'll draw what she drew.
Yeah, so you're drawing the
two B's together. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's
we didn't know what the symbol was until we arrived here yesterday. Someone else pointed it out to us.
Who is that?
Actually, I think it was Dash. He recognized this symbol.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you for your information. You've come to the right place. You've done your job. The grasp will investigate. You don't need to know the details, but you can tell Lady Meredith Bellingham that the two individuals she describes will be found and will not be robbing or attacking neither her nor anyone else ever again. From your point of view, no further investigation is necessary, neither is it advisable. You'd just be risking yourself getting into trouble yourselves. You'd also risk alarming the individuals we're looking for, and I want them complacent. I want them thinking that they're safe, not discovering that someone's looking for them. Do you understand?
Yes, though what would be nice to know is maybe what the motive might have been. Clearly, these two had been sent to do a job on Lady Meredith, but it's not clear why.
I can't answer that yet.
No, but hopefully, when you capture these two, maybe they might give that up.
I was about to say, if when you've conducted your investigation, is there some kind of token of theirs we might be able to take with us to put Lady Meredith's mind to rest and not put the idea in her head that she might want to hire another party to pick up the investigation if she's found us lacking?
That hand with the tattoo would be nice.
I was just going to say that.
Because
Yeah, I said it can be. Yeah, it's
given the poisoning of her family, it's clear that this.
Well, she confided to us that she suspects that these things are linked, and it wasn't just some casual robbery. So, while we're not going to poke, we're under your instruction. We understand. We're not going to keep poking around here. We are going to have to try and figure out why members of her family are dropping dead. Obviously, as a guard at Ryman Castle, I'm tasked with trying to protect her.
Importantly, if we fail at this, they'll just send some other people up here to be busybodies and get nosy. You know what I mean? So if we go back with closure, that would be ideal.
You guys are injured.
I'm pretty injured.
I'm injured.
Dash is probably already dead.
I recommend you go back home to Ryman Castle as soon as you're fit to travel. If there is a delivery of a hand with a tattoo in the future, you'll know who sent it.
I'll bow my head, looking as gracious as I possibly can.
Mm-hmm. One more thing. Never want to talk to you again.
Is that all of us? Or just
And yeah, he's kind of looking at Bannofix and Aragin.
Understood. I will apologise, Mr. Cook and Mr. Morris. At the castle and in Avatar, things are much simpler. When you go around asking questions, there's not all these, I don't even know how to describe it, competing interests, different territories. We've clearly poked our head in here and stirred up a hornet's nest, and that was not our intention.
Self-important gangs.
Yeah, well,
kicks Bannofix in the shin. Shut the fuck up.
Maybe
we might get out of here alive if you just shut the fuck up.
Maybe you belong there and not here. And he's getting up to go. And then he hands back the diary extract, and they're all leaving except.
Sorry, I take it he hasn't kept the letter to the Duke.
Except Slip Jimmy. So you're putting all that stuff away now. He's given back everything.
Okay, cool.
He's given back everything, and they're all leaving. Okay, just one thing from Sebastian Gordon. He's kind of like looking at anyone in particular. He just shakes his head slightly. So they all leave. The only guy who's left is Slip Jimmy, the security guy.
Left in our room.
Yeah. Like guys, he's just standing in the doorway. He's put his weapon away now. He's just like I should have warned you. You've got to be respectful around that guy. He might have actually killed you there. Just for being, disrespectful. He's killed a lot of people. Let's be frank.
Sorry,
he killed Frank.
I was going to ask, how did you respond to, because I given the information on like Nightblade and things. When I wrote that down, hand it back to him. What kind of reception did that get? Or am I able to roll any kind of insight on what response?
He didn't show a lot of emotion there. He just wanted the name written down. But it's written down and he's handed it back. So maybe he wasn't that interested, or maybe he's just like taking a note of it mentally. But he's handed it back. So he wasn't necessarily that interested in that. So it's hard to know.
I'll ask that guy.
It's not easy to read.
I'll say, do you think he was a little angry in general because maybe this happened under his nose? Is that a possibility? Because that would offend me if I was him.
Yeah. It could be. Could be. Look, I don't know. I don't know, mate. I He's not going to be happy. Like, to be frank, right? Bennell Hill boys are fucking about in here, carrying out robberies, stuff like that. Sure, he's going to be pissed off, and it's not a good time to fuck with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear
you. So, like, I just recommend if you do see him again downstairs or whatever, just like keep out of his way. Personally, I can probably get away with a bit more. I'm his cousin. But so what are you doing? Are you planning to stay long here? He didn't say you couldn't. He actually said you could. So
yeah,
not sure yet. I think we're gonna have a little power. But
obviously see the Duke tomorrow, so maybe we should for tonight we should go and find a tavern or an inn a bit closer to the castle, so we can get up there first thing in the morning.
Well, I doubt we'll see the Duke. Obviously, he's not going to meet with the guard, but so we can hand over this letter.
Sure, you could. You could. He did say you can stay here though, so like I don't know if you've paid or now you guys have actually paid up for the night, right? You've paid up for the coming night. And he doesn't know that. He doesn't know that, but you do.
How do you think
he said? Well, he did say you can stay here, so it's up to yourselves. But yeah, there are other places you can stay close to the castle. You know, like you don't know around town. Castle's not far away, right? It's only about half an hour walk from here, maybe even less. So, anyway.
Well, Trevor Cook was actually there, correct, when we were talking to this guy.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so he will be aware that we've pissed. Yeah, but like he'll be aware that we've pissed this guy off. So maybe if we
I'd be concerned about being Bannofix tonight.
Yeah, I don't
know if we bother asking for a refund either. I think we just check out.
Anyway, like I've got to get
else.
back. I'm meant to be working. So, do you want some more beers? Because if you I'll get some set up if you like. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask the guys who attacked you, if you don't mind me asking, any description?
Yeah.
Yes, actually.
We'll give them the description of the tattoo we saw on the guy's back.
Yeah.
So you describe them as best you can.
Yeah.
It says, and the one who, so there were three of them, and you're basically, he says, so how many? There were three?
Three, yep.
One escaped.
One's got a tattoo on his back. Oh, one escaped. So what about the one who escaped?
I didn't see much of him. Because he had a hood on, didn't he? Sorry.
Yeah. You don't necessarily see a lot of him. You can describe him as best you can. It's not.
Does he look like he? Does he look like he recognizes it? Can I roll like a perception check or anything to see if he?
Sure. You can roll. This is an insight check, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Do his eyes widen at the mention of a hawk tattoo?
Oh, let me roll that.
Poorly done hawk tattoo.
16. When I get a +5 for that, should be good.
Ooh. DC 25 though.
16. Okay. Like, do his eyes widen when you say hawk tattoo? Well,
does he look like he recognizes
it? He doesn't seem to. Basically, he's. You just get the impression that he's asking in case he does recognize who these guys might be, and possibly he's planning to take the information you give him and ask around afterwards, but he doesn't go, oh, like as soon as you say the hawk tattoo on the back, he doesn't go. He doesn't do that. Yeah, but you give him a decent description, and he says, yeah, and he starts leaving. He says, you guys know how to get your way out of there. It's and he just stares over that way. Do you want some more beers?
No, I'm good for now. Thanks.
I think we're good.
Yeah, we'll catch up with Dash, but thanks for the offer.
Hey,
Did you get my emails?
see you around. And he goes, he's heading down. Okay, so what are the rest of you going to do now?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say very quietly, I definitely think we should kill that guy at some point.
All of them.
Yeah, the whole lot. Yep. Incompetent fucking thief.
Do you want to roll a volume check?
Yeah.
I was lucky I rolled some good rolls there because I almost blew it by handing over that letter originally. And then when he demanded them, I was like, oh, fucked.
What does
He's
that
going to
mean?
know I
It's not
like
an
them.
episode of House, basically. What does that mean? I don't even know what House is. That's directed at Morrow.
It's a TV show.
It's where,
Hugh
How do we
Laurie.
get rid of this?
yeah, he's
Yeah, you always figure it out at the end with some
But, yeah.
clue.
Basically, Hugh Laurie berates patients.
yeah,
for
he,
being sick.
he's rude, aggressive, doesn't like personal human contact, but is the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
Okay,
was
so-
just then.
You're heading back down to the bar?
Looking for
Yep.
Dash.
Okay. Yeah. So Dash is
Did you get my
Dash
email?
is down at the. Sorry.
Did you get my email?
No, I haven't. Yeah, let me just read that first. Hopefully it's not. Okay, the answer is okay. Okay, got you.
There was a couple because I was just firing you emails while I was thinking.
It's actually 3 emails, right? Okay, maybe I should answer them out of game.
Okay.
Okay, let's the first 2 emails I'll answer after later. But there's nothing like really important you'll learn there. So anyway, the rest of you go down to the bar, and actually, Dash is at the bar. He's on his own, but he's busy talking to a barmaid. He's just busy talking to a barmaid at the bar now.
So I'm just going to wander up and just slap him on the back and say, oh, those genital warts clear up on the end now?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how well he's getting on until then. I don't know.
No, I was doing a transaction, right?
Oh,
You're
really?
paying for that.
Oh, really?
Wasn't that what the opportunity was?
Oh, yeah, sure. I thought okay, but like let's roll a d20 there.
While you're doing
Hopefully
that,
it's already gone down, so she's just like, oh.
You've already
oh,
paid.
no.
Yeah. What have I just caught?
Going a really
that's
high number
good.
here.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. And so
It's not a good roll. It's a 5.
Wait, is that a performance check or a communicable check?
Well,
no, it's a persuasion check.
I was just pulling out
Persuasion check.
money.
Yeah. No, if you're gonna pull out money, then yeah, you can definitely arrange something there.
Yeah. Like I'm not even at the bar when they come down, right?
No, I'll see the money.
Yeah.
I'll
You're
try.
still at the bar. Still at the bar.
I'll see the money. I'll see if I can borrow some off you for a turn on your mum. Imagine lending me money to go pay for your mum.
Imagine, can I borrow 5 cents?
Okay.
Here it is. And we just wander up this.
So Dash, these guys come and find you now. You've made arrangements. You've made arrangements for later on in the night.
Nice.
So you've made arrangements. You have made arrangements for a visit to your room.
Excellent.
Yeah, except we're not going to stay
We're not
here.
going to be here though.
Dash. So depends whether you want to be alone tonight.
Have you paid for that already?
Different kind of alone.
I think so.
Oh damn.
I might
I'll
be-
make it for a late. I'll make it for a late visit.
Yeah. It's like, because if you tell me you're not going to keep that appointment, I might just hang about.
Because you might be the only one of us here in Heroes Palace. This will be the ultimate danger screw.
Yeah. So how much are you willing to gamble your life?
No, I'm safe here. I thought you guys figured that out.
Well, not
You
after
guys
we
that
just
were getting stood over.
not after we.
I just
what
got
we just
laughing
told
as
that
not
guy.
after we told him you did it.
Yeah.
I'll say, well, you definitely did something right because your faces didn't get mangled.
Well, I think he knew Morrow as well, right? You guys know
And
each other, right?
it's obvious that Dash has had a few drinks as well, by the way.
Hmm.
Yeah, you'll be
And-
telling us when we're alone somewhere. How come you got sent out of the room? That's a little suspicious.
I think it's because they were going to deal to you. I was like given the free pass.
Was that the plan? Wait, can I roll a perception check to see if Dash is surprised to see us walking down the stairs?
Without bruises.
Yeah. Or just upright?
I am actually surprised.
All right,
Because you've got a
check
big mouth.
required. No check required.
Sorry?
No check is required there, Bannofix.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, man, that big mouth of yours didn't get you punched up.
Yeah, it
That
was,
close. That close.
it was pretty. It wasn't my finest hour. But
So what's you have paid for the upcoming night in meals and so on. And
Yeah.
what do you want to do?
Depends. Are we all sharing a room? We got like, is it a bunk bed situation, or is it?
No, you've got individual rooms.
Yes, yeah.
I say we double down
That
and
was,
stay the
that
night
was,
here.
I think that might have
Yeah.
been Arrogance. I think that might have been Arrogance choice earlier on.
Yeah, it was
the
actually.
individual rooms are all next to each other.
All right.
Speak to that whore about
I've
Morrow.
got the best looking. I've got the best looking of the whores in the building.
As if that matters.
You're as cheap as fuck.
She's beautiful.
You got a
And,
two copper whore. No
And she's
doubt.
you don't want sloppy seconds from Dash.
I want Dash to open the door and just see Dash's mum walking down the hallway, knocking on my door. That's what I want to see. I want to.
Let me know if you find her.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's deep and sad.
Yeah, I just kind of just like just tap on like Dash's door. Says, "Be careful. That one's more boy than cat."
Oh, if you're gonna.
All right, so let's stay here. Try and level up. Might as well have a level up party.
Level up
Couple of
party.
rooms, nothing excessive.
Do we want to try and maybe double up in the rooms?
Well, what are you talking about?
You mean
You're
like
trying to
barricade the
get a
beds
free
against
ride.
the door, just like get the corner and rock?
I'm gonna stay with Dash. I'm see if I
Yeah,
can
we
get
can
a
just
go.
all bunk up with Dash. Basically, we'll just stand around watching.
Do you want me to make a
The rooms
performance
were not
check?
very big,
Performance
but
exam.
sure, you could just about fit. Now remember,
Save Dash.
for a proper rest.
It's a -2 for every person watching during the performance.
That was bad for a
And
proper
for
rest. What
proper
are we gonna do
rest.
for the other 7 hours, 69 minutes, and
Like
57
Aragin
seconds?
probably doesn't care so much, but like,
More like inspiration, mate.
I know I want to level up, so I'm going to I'll just jam my glaive against the door on the opposite wall or something, so that
They're gonna assist inspiration through the peephole, and I'm gonna like do a performance check.
Oh,
So
someone's
anyway,
watching.
we're going to watch the whore touch
Right,
you. and you're
glory
just
hole
gonna-
isn't a class feature.
Yeah, go
you
early.
can certainly you can have your meals, and like you already paid for this, so you're gonna have your meals, and then I guess your main priority is resting up. So
I
like
reckon we should maybe double up in some of the rooms. So if we've all got individual rooms, I think
I feel safe.
could be
I'm
in
not
some trouble.
sharing.
Yeah, you're probably all right.
okay.
I'll
So,
go with Morrow. You two brothers can go together. And Dash can stay in a
So
room
by
by
about
himself.
maybe
Okay.
9 o'clock at night or something, you make your way upstairs to your rooms. and it's on the 3rd floor, and there are these 2 painters on a stair. They make way for you to get past. They're painting over some scrolling on the wall, and Bannofix, as he goes past, he kind of averts his gaze a bit, and he looks a bit furtive, and he kind of hurries past.
Huh.
The
painter?
Yeah.
Do I recognize him? And what is he writing over?
No, you don't recognize the painters. Oh. This is Bannofix, looks a bit furtive. As Bannofix hurries past, as they're painting over some scrawlings on the wall.
Oh, okay.
So Bannofix is looking a bit furtive.
Yeah.
Oh, the truth is coming out.
I can't roll a performance check or what? Fair enough.
So what did you scroll on the wall? Can I have a look at?
I'll be back.
It's a bit late now. It's kind of being painted over.
I'm still listening.
But you go to your rooms. So each room is pretty narrow. There's a fireplace near the door. Then there's a bed, chamber pot under the bed, and a kind of covered straw mattress on the bed. Each door's got a wooden latch which flips down into a wooden slot to lock the door from the outside. And each has a shuttered window. So it's no glass, it's just wooden shutters. It's pretty mild outside and the windows are currently open. The fireplace is not in use.
You lock the door from the outside.
Sorry?
You lock the door from the outside in these rooms?
No, from the inside.
No, from the inside. But it's just
however, as we know,
to lock the door,
a thin dagger can lift it up.
Yeah.
When I said from the outside, it kind of like what I was, maybe bad choice of words. What I mean is, from the inside, you've got a wooden slot that slots down, so that the door cannot be opened from the outside.
Okay.
Okay, it's just a wooden latch falling into a slot.
Now, do the doors open inwards? So if we put a bunk bed in front of the door, would that stop it from being open?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Okay.
No, they're not bunk beds; they're single beds.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I want to
you're heading up
so
to your
I'm going to
rooms.
sleep in my bed.
Okay,
I'm gonna risk it.
I might drag one of the mattresses into Aragon's room, and I'll plonk it down in front of the door because I want to stop anyone coming through the door. Also, I'm keen to stick my head out the window.
Yeah. He's got a battle map for it. Yep, definitely do it to a room.
Yeah, look. I'm gonna be backing down with Morrow, and I will if it means I'm gonna level up.
Just move them to where you want to move them.
If it means I'm gonna level up, I'm gonna spoon with them.
Dash has already arranged. A nighttime visit.
No, so okay, we're gonna all sleep in rooms as far away from Dash as possible. No, we're gonna do this.
Okay, well that bottom room is the biggest one.
Dash is
doors in this one.
I'll be in the bottom one then, probably.
So are these doors?
Shout encouragement.
Are these doors that connect each room?
It's like, we've got a battle map. So
yeah, well, you put it up. You should never have put that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are these doors in between?
Talking.
Like, do these doors connect?
What are the yellow bits?
Sorry, I didn't get around to finishing the maps, obviously. Geez, creating these maps takes a while, eh? I'm not
honestly just Google them.
But the doors are basically facing the corridor like that.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So there are no doors. There are no doors in between the rooms.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
And there's a window that you can jump out of to the street, the alleyway below.
The windows are very small, so potentially you could jump out, but Aragon's not really going to fit through one of these windows.
Oh, he will. He's quite small. Right, the rest of us
he's short, right?
Yeah, he's like 4'11".
4'11".
You can poke him through as well.
5'10".
You can just poke him through with his pole arm.
He can stand up and walk through the window.
Yeah. Aragon's not really going to fit through the windows properly, but Dash could wriggle through. But they're narrow, right? They're just narrow windows, just to let a bit of light in and air in. Okay.
So if looking out the shutters, is there anything to climb up? We're 3 stories up, you said.
No, it's a fairly smooth stone wall. Like someone who's really good at climbing could potentially use the roughness of the wall to hang on, but it doesn't look easy.
Okay.
And it's a fairly long way. I mean, so you're just poking your head out down into the street.
Yep.
Quite a few people out in the street still. It's a fairly long way down.
So, does anyone have
Are we the top floor? Someone could come down from above potentially.
They're the floor above. Now, what you can do is you can close the shutters.
Yeah, and can we put a little rope round to tie them together so that they can't be opened easily?
You don't even need to. There's a latch.
Oh, sweet. Okay, we'll do that then.
Can I like have my hemp rope tied around the base of my bed so that I can, like, if shit hits the fan, throw the rope out the window and climb down?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, so basically, by the time you've done a bit of messing about,
The whore's going to see that and think you're going to murder her, and then sneak out the window.
Also, can I see the rope out the window? Can I just like saw off a little bit?
No, I'm not throwing it out the window. I'm just tying it
reach
into the bed.
out from your room, borrow Aragon's glaive, and just throw off.
The glaive comes around the side.
Like the rope is not dangling out the window, is it?
No. It's literally hidden under the bed that I can grab it and throw it out the window.
That would have been very funny too, because it'd be like, oh, that's perfect. I don't have to climb this wall anymore. I can just go up this rope into this.
Yeah, just the rope dangling down for the.
So you're just going to grab the rope and die hard out the window.
Yeah, pretty much.
The rope.
Yeah.
Well, you could throw the rope and then you could like just
shimmy down it. Yeah.
Shimmy down it. You don't necessarily need to grab hold of the end of the rope and just jump like a bungee.
Especially when you discover that 50 feet of rope is taller than like 3-story building.
Yeah, it's not. The 50 feet of rope is easily enough. Okay, but
that's what it means. It's too much.
Yeah.
So with mattresses, with 2 mattresses in the same room, you are you're fairly comfortable. I mean, so there's just about room on the floor to put another mattress.
What's the intertenancy walls like?
Sorry?
What's the intertenancy walls like? Is it wooden walls between the rooms?
Wooden walls.
They're thin,
Pretty
uninsulated,
thin.
and we're going to heckle you for the first
You don't know how thick they are, and potentially you could smash through them.
I'm
taking the room down the bottom here, by the way.
No, you're not. You stay where you are, because I'm putting a hole through my wall.
I'm down the bottom.
With my dagger.
Sorry, Bannofix. No furthing.
Right. So
be some little
time
holes appearing.
Time passes, and there's someone out in the corridor. Dash.
We just hear the slamming door, and this hooker exclaim, "I can see why they call you Dash!" And just storming down the stairs.
There's a knocking. There's a female voice on the like you can all hear it, apart from maybe Dash. Dash might be too far away, but there's a knock on the door there, and she says, "Hello."
Oh, no, it's in here, sweetie. In here. I'll say that.
Dash is the only one. Dash is the only one who's too far away to hear it.
I'll pop out. I'll say, "Over here, love."
There's the same woman who's on the bar. He says, "Oh hi, I'm looking for Dash."
Oh,
he said he was going to be in this room.
No, yeah, I think he's gone. But he did hand he did hand over the contract to me. So let's go, love.
This is no, it doesn't work like that. He says, no, but he's away from his room. I'll just come back later.
Okay.
So the room is unlocked. So she opens the room, looks in. She says, "Yeah, I'll just come back now." And no one's going to tell Dash, right? Because he's a little bit too far away.
Fuck no. There's no way.
Look at that. He's returned his token. Yeah, no, she's gone.
Oh no.
So all the doors are now locked. It's fairly late at night now.
All right, let's see if we can rest.
Yeah,
Okay.
level up.
Yeah, before I fall asleep, I'm just drawing with minor illusion on the wall, like cartoons, the depictions of Dash getting pegged by. Just like, hey, check this out, and then just like just humorous.
Actually, Dash, can you roll me a perception check?
Maynard and Aragin just hear the two of us just laughing our asses off. Show one with the donkey. Show one with the donkey.
15.
Okay.
Show one with the donkey.
So actually, it turns out that at the last minute, Dash does go dashing off down the corridor after to explain that he was temporarily in the wrong room.
But I
Dash,
switched rooms.
Yeah, Dash. Yeah, you switch back rooms and you're
Correct.
So
performance check.
I just want to point this out, Dash. If your DM, who happens to be Diggs, wants to ensure that Hoa is in the room with you, you know what I'm saying?
That what?
That hooker is in the room with you, I'd be worried because it would be much funnier if you missed out on the opportunity for the shag. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so if he's turning that around, I would just think twice about, it's a bit suspicious.
I'm not sure I follow.
I just
wake up with a corpse beside you, and you're gonna.
So Dash, you've switched back to that room, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So all of you are all busy, like listening, and there's definitely something going on in there.
Oh no, I'm being loud. I'm like just rubbing it in their noses.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna sing a song of encouragement.
Go for it. What are the words?
Oh, well, I've got to come up with words. Shit. Okay.
God.
If I ever wanted cutting words, it's right now.
Yeah. Try as he might, he failed to delight.
It's just about a man with a small penis called Dash, who was very quick.
Yeah.
It didn't last very long.
It was
Flash was our man Dash.
It wasn't pleasurable, but at least it wasn't long. You know.
Maynard and Aragin, can you please roll me a d20
for inspiration?
Inside him too.
Fucking 19. Nice. Shit. 12 for Maynard.
Yeah.
19 Aragin.
Disadvantage with all your checks, Maynard.
I'm exhausted.
Exhausted you.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So,
oh.
17.
Right.
Feeling lucky.
Right.
So 12.
And all right. No, there's just a knocking on the door next to you from the opposite direction.
What do you mean opposite
on the
direction?
door next to us?
Yeah.
On the opposite direction.
And there's a female voice. It's pretty quiet compared to all the noise going on in Dash's room. But it just says, hello. There's just knocking on the door.
Is there a peephole in our door?
There's no peepholes, no.
Who was in that room to begin with?
That was Dash down the bottom, wasn't it?
No, Dash was in the middle.
Yeah, I'm going to crack the door slightly and just quietly say, "You're looking for someone, love."
He's gonna like it.
Yeah. It says
the brothers are gonna go.
Hello,
swords.
yeah.
He's just naked from the waist down.
Is this Morrow?
You're looking for someone, love.
We're friends of Morrow. Can we help?
Yeah. I'm just looking for his room. Morrow doesn't hear this. Aragin and Maynard. Dash is far too busy. He's not hearing any of this.
No, there's literally furniture banging around the room.
So the bottom rooms unlocked.
Morrow and Bannofix, both injured, are trying to rest, but they're also having a bit of a laugh. So Aragin and Maynard can deal with this.
Can I show her into Morrow's empty room and say, "Oh, I'll get him. I know where he is. I'll be back in a minute."
Which room are you showing him into?
The bottom one.
The bottom one. This one down here.
Okay, and so this is it's a fairly attractive woman. So you just
Is she a fairly attractive lass?
Corridor, and the door just opens, and she says, "Oh, okay. So he's not here. He's not here.
No, he's close by. I'll get him for you. 1 minute. Don't worry.
Okay. I don't want to wait for too long, but I'll wait for a bit." She just steps into the room.
Go, and I'll just
The door's still open.
I'll close it behind her, but not slam it or anything.
like suspiciously, just
Yeah.
like.
I'm just going to make sure she doesn't leave the room.
Yeah, I'm just obviously trying to see whether she's
You're gonna do it not
trying to find
suspiciously,
out
eh,
which
roll.
room he's currently in. But then I'll head up and just quietly knock on Morrow and Bannofix's door.
Okay, Morrow and Bannofix, you hear what's going on? You hear someone knocking the door.
Cool.
Do you know
I crack. Yeah, I just I'll get it. Crack the door slightly.
Do you know a Tiffany, Morrow? She's looking for you.
Do I know Tiffany?
Dividing and conquering right now. That's what's happening. He's dividing and conquering.
Or it doesn't ring a bell.
No, afraid not. Enjoy. Bam. Close door.
Over his shoulder, Aragin would have seen pictures on the wall of Dash getting rogered by a donkey. And Bannofix just in the corner.
Okay. I will head back down there and just let myself into the room and just close the door just behind and say he's just indisposed at the moment, but he wanted me to take a message. What did you want to see him about?
Well, yeah, I can come back later. I was just sent up here.
Well, he's sent by who? I see. Sorry, I'm a small town boy. I'm not the sharpest.
Yeah, you know when he's back, I can just come back later.
I'm sure he'll be back. Like a bit later tonight. Come back in half an hour.
Okay.
You giant,
he'll be in here.
You giant cock block.
Okay, and she just heads off down the corridor.
Okay. So I will
right. You should have kept her busy for half an hour.
I'll wait till
and then given him the sloppy seconds.
I'll wait till she's clearly gone down the stairs, and I'll just get Maynard and say come with me into their room for a second.
Okay, Dash, can you please mute because you're busy? Everyone else can partake in a conversation. So everyone's heading into Bannofix's and Morrow's room, correct?
Yep.
Hello.
So Morrow,
you've got half an hour to talk as much as you want, apparently.
So someone sent you a woman, and the only reason I can think of that is they want to know which room you're in.
I think it might be time to go.
Yeah. Either that or we lay a trap. But if we spill blood here,
I think Dash has got the trap. But...
No, that's the clap.
But yeah, so I was about to say,
you might be right.
do you want to is there any way, some way we can barricade or wedge these doors shut and then just disappear out the windows? Because I
could do that.
I can walk out here. I'm happy to walk out here. Well, looking like anyone, frankly. But it's only if you guys want to make us discreet exit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, probably not a good idea to try and spring a trap here. It's probably a good idea to leave.
All right. So, because I was about to say, because if there's only so much of a trap we can really kind of spring, because they're gonna.
You could all end up
difficult to fight in these little rooms.
It will be.
We didn't hear that, Neal. You managed to mute yourself for the heckling bit of you.
I know. I was heckling, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm not allowed to heckle."
Okay, so all right, so I'm just going to come down to the thin little wooden wall and just kind of hiss loudly, "Dash, time to go." And then I think we take Morrow's advice and sneak out of here. What do you guys think, Maynard and Bannofix?
I'm impressed you told Dash I was just going to go. But yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll pack up, we'll get rolling.
All right, like, how much of a hurry are you in?
Quite a bit of a hurry, I'd say.
Very
You
small.
cowards.
We don't have a lot of stuff to pack, so it's basically just going in, grabbing a rucksacks and shooting.
Should be 5 minutes.
All right, 5 minutes. I reckon that's probably long enough for Dash.
Guys,
it's been
I'm
going
going to
on
roll a
for at
constitution
least 5
check.
minutes already.
Yeah.
So
No.
anyway, Dash,
Do it.
Dash.
Roll.
By the time you go to
Let's see,
find
one.
Dash, he's just lying on his bed, like arms splayed, like legs splayed, and just go.
And the lady looks slightly queasy.
No, she's dead.
Okay.
Long since gone. She's long since gone. Yeah, Dash is
It's a quick one.
I have an idea otherwise, but it might be too late.
Well, we could all hide under the bed, Morrow. And listen when one-
Well, I'm curious. I'm curious to know if it's like if it's an actual like trap, or if they're just looking to kind of like send us on our way. You know, just type in like, well, we'll just throw some boobs at them, throw some curves at them, and like encourage them to go.
It might be contact from somebody else, to be honest.
Well, that's what I was wondering. It's like if it's worth you guys getting prepared, I can have a chat with Tiffany. Worst case, well, my plan is I will just talk to her and I'll just use her as an impromptu therapy session. I'm just going to tell her all my problems.
Well,
keep
no,
the
so
conversation
I've got
going
an idea.
and going.
I've got an idea. Let's all pile into the room next door to your one, and then you bang on the wall
Yep.
if you're in trouble, and we'll come running.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
what-
it could also mean it's going very, very well. But
Well, no, we'll have a signal like three bangs against the wall, and we're gonna come busting the door down.
yeah,
Otherwise, we'll assume it's going well, and we won't
yeah,
interrupt.
no. I was just going to. I'd just be interested to know if how quickly they if she's looking to get us talking. If they just maybe want, if they just think we're. I'll be honest. We don't come across as the most competent. I'm happy to lean into that as much as possible to ensure survival.
Do you mean impotent or incompetent?
I'm going to.
Well, I don't know. You're more of the expert on that than me.
So I would actually. I think it's a good idea. I might go down to the room next door, and I might start.
So take your tokens, and just put them where you go.
I might start. I'm going to dig a hole in the wall. And let's go like chisel a little bit of a chip out of the thing, so I can hear and see exactly what's going on in the room. So there's no
I think
knocking.
that's the play. But we'll get
Really, you're going to actually drill through the root. That you're going to drill through the wood.
No, we're just going to put it further
cool.
down,
Yeah.
but just like shave off. You know, it's probably slats, right?
You're going to peep.
Yeah.
If we listen
But
carefully,
this
we
is
can probably
nice,
hear, right?
This is nice thick timber. So yes, you could.
Okay.
You could try and. I mean, you could. What tool are you going to use to do it?
Well,
And
no.
also, it might not be that quiet to do it.
Like how much? Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, we've got half an hour, right? So how like
One.
how much can we hear in a room that's next door? Right, if they were whispering,
Yeah,
would we be able
we'll
to hear?
test it. We'll get Morrow
If-
to go in there
okay.
and just talk at a normal.
There's
volume.
no way you're going to hear a whispered conversation.
Okay.
But
What
a
about
conversation at
the
normal
windows open?
volume, you could hear that someone's talking.
Actually,
Windows
maybe-
open.
maybe
Someone
someone
Hanging
should
out outside the
at
window.
least,
maybe someone should hang out the window here, or actually
Well,
hang off.
I could lean out the window and listen if we open up both windows.
Yeah, I'll keep the window open.
Can I
Well,
hear
let's test
them?
it out. I'll just open up. If I leave the window open, you guys leave your window open, and whilst we're like preparing, I'll just sit in the room and just talk. It's like, yeah, and I will literally just. I'm gonna. Whilst you're waiting, I'll be sitting in my room testing this out. He goes, yeah, there once was a rogue named Dash. He was backed up and looking to smash. He paid for room service. She seemed rather nervous, but it was all over in a flash.
Very good.
That's awesome. That's inspired.
That'll help with my performance check. I'll just roll.
Well,
That gives you disadvantage.
Ah,
Oh yeah, disadvantage. All right.
no.
I'm not making. No, I mean we just
Okay.
assumed he could perform.
So let's do that.
Right?
And actually,
Okay.
I was gonna say I'll go second in the room in case we get stuck or something because I have a pole arm, but I'm the only one on full hit points. So
Is there any way to
maybe I'll
get
stand
around?
in the doorway then, Maynard, unless you're particularly
Yeah,
wanting to go by the
that's-
door.
No,
So after a while, like probably a little bit less than half an hour. Yeah. There's someone coming, and there's a knock on the door. Morrow. Can everyone else please mute unless you've got something?
What color
Okay,
can't
Unless
you
so
your
do the
characters
windows?
want to do something other than
Yeah.
just listen.
And
Can't
once
hear through-
so once she's gone past, I'm going to crack our door open and trying to be looking towards the stairs. Because just to confirm, Doug, what's opposite us? There's no doors opposite us in this little dead end, right?
There is actually
Okay,
there is a door.
Yep.
Sorry, I know. Like it would have been good if I'd actually put these on.
that's
There is
all
a. Can you see that? There is a door
Okay,
there.
yeah. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
going to have the door cracked
But-
and I'm going to be just
but,
keeping an eye on the corridor.
What is opposite you? What is opposite you is a banister which looks all the way down to the ground floor.
Okay,
Right. It's a long way down.
Cool. sorry, I just coughed at
Um,
everyone, didn't I? Apologies. Oh, no,
Okay.
sorry.
Sorry, so,
okay,
so
and-
you can like
and-
leap over, can you? You can like leap over the banister down onto like the bar below. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you could. It's a long way down. Wouldn't be that safe.
Okay,
What,
in
10
that
feet, 20 feet?
case, I am going to stand out once she's gone past. I'm quietly just going to open the door and stand out there looking, keeping an eye on the corridor and down in the common room
Yeah,
and looking at the stairs.
I might go with him
Oh.
too, and we'll just pretend to be having a
so-
casual
so what-
conversation.
So Aragin, yeah.
Yep.
So Aragin, you open the door, and she says,
I was going to
Oh,
wait till she'd
oh.
gone past and in.
okay, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
if possible, would
okay,
rather not
I
run into
understand.
her.
I understand, Aragin. That's fine. Okay, so
It's just-
Morrow, there's just a knock on the door, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
feminine voice. Hello.
I just I open it and I take a few steps kind of back and just kind of just I suppose I'm just standing casually. I'm just going to see what she does, whether she steps in or whether she introduces herself. I'm using awkward pauses as much as possible.
And you're wearing pants.
I want to
as
see
well,
if
right?
she,
You're wearing pants.
essentially what my thinking is. I want to see if she's if she tries to fill gaps or if she's like a composed type person.
Yeah, she's composed. She says, Morrow.
I just kind of nod that yes, that's me, and I just kind of that's like,
Were
can I
you
help you?
expecting me?
no.
Oh, really? My name's Tiffany. I'm here to give you a present.
Well, hello, Tiffany. I'm not really expecting a present. It's not my birthday, so I'm just going to kind of.
I'll have it.
I just don't suppose you don't come with a calling card, do you? I'd like to know
This is-
who.
Well, I guess it might have been one of your friends. I don't know. Normally, like I expected that you would have been expected me, but
All right. I'm just going to. I suspect some idea has come to me, and I'm going to smile, and I just go, well, take a seat.
okay. Well, I guess your friends are very kind, and she enters the room.
I was about to say, not as kind as you think. I usually leave the door open and give her a wink.
This is I don't feel too comfortable about that.
Okay, then just mage
And
hand.
she kind of
close it.
like looks out the door, and by this time Aragin is standing not exactly outside the door, but he's standing in the corridor, and she kind of looks at Aragin and she goes,
Yes.
Bannofix is there as well, though. Bannofix is there as well. So, and this will be the awkward part, whether or not Aragin and Bannofix are talking to each other, or whether or not we're both just staring at it.
So what I'll do then is
it doesn't work like that. This is a private thing.
that's fair enough. And with Mage Hand, I just push it closed.
Oh, really? Using Mage Hand?
I'm using Mage Hand.
All right, that freaks her out a little bit. She looks until now she looked pretty friendly. Now she's like looking a little bit scared.
So where are you from? I just kind of gesture for her to sit on the bed, and I'm just going to take the kind of the far corner of the room. I'm just kind of in the corner,
Okay.
and it's just like, where are you from? And basically just
gesturing with Mage Hand to sit on the bed.
Well, I think it's invisible, so I don't know if I can. But yeah,
I'm from the
I think you can
Alleys.
see it.
I'm from the Alleys. I just worked here for a year and a half. Where are you from?
where am I from? I'm a local boy, and I just kind of point out the window and I'm picking a random direction. It's like I grew up just over that wall.
Oh, really? I haven't seen you here before.
Well, I travel a bit, and I got my hair done, so it kind of takes years off you.
Right. Okay, it doesn't take long for her to calm down. She was very nervous about these guys standing outside the room. But yeah, it doesn't take long for her to calm down, and it doesn't take long for Morrow to enjoy his present.
Well, I was about to say, I'm just going to use the whole time to use it as like an impromptu therapy session. Like I'm just talking at her, and I never really got on well with my dad and my mum.
She doesn't enjoy this at all.
That's
at all.
Perfectly fine. That's what I want.
But it doesn't take too long. It doesn't take too long. She knows her job, and it doesn't take too long. And pretty soon she's glad to be heading out.
I was about to say I would actually. Well, the reason I was kind of taking that approach is because I actually refuse. I decline.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's totally confused, and she just asked you if she wanted to leave.
I want to talk more about me.
Yeah, I'm just going to. Well, because I mean, if you paid up for the hour, and then I'll otherwise I'll let it go.
All right. She listens to you out. She says the bare minimum, and eventually she leaves.
Just as she's walking past us out in the banister, I'll be like, "Hey, Tiffany." That's probably gonna be awkward for her, but I'll go. Were you after you'd maybe visited our friend Morrow? Were you supposed to tell anybody that you'd done that? Like, finished that? Were you supposed to report back to anybody to say it had been done?
This is it's like, sorry, mister. I mean, like, between me and him, it's none of your business. And she just walks past and starts heading down the stairs.
Well, you're getting a 1-star, girl. Thank you.
Right.
I'm gonna lean out the window and lean out the door and be like, hi ho, 2 heroes tell us we go. We thought Morrow would last till tomorrow. Instead, it was only sorrow. Hi ho. Hi ho.
I was about to say, was that one on you?
Nice.
Which I was just going to ask Dashka, like, was she your idea?
No, didn't know anything about it, but clearly you couldn't get it up.
That's the thing. That's the problem.
It sounds to me like we should go now if we're gonna go. Because obviously she would have had to go back to tell somebody the Morrow's still here, right?
I think so.
Yeah, or Or do we wait half an hour and see if? Yeah, but if she's not still in the room, then they'll know either way.
Well, that's the decision. We either go now or we don't, I think. So, do we want to make a call on that?
Yeah, so the impression I got from that was she was just trying to shut me up and get on with her job, and I was frustrating her efforts, basically. Was that the impression I got?
Well, you should have
Not
asked
sure.
who's the present from, right?
She was
I did start,
she
but it
she
didn't get
was like maybe not right to start with, but after she'd talked to you for about 30 seconds, her priority was getting out of there as quickly as possible.
Suits me
I don't
down
have
to
that
a
effect
T.
on people.
It's like being in a room with Tindy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
So do we bail? That's the question.
I'd say we stay and see what happens.
Yeah, I reckon we just come up with a code system, and we all have rooms where we can knock on the walls if some bad shit starts to happen.
Yep. Just 2 solid raps. Dun, dun.
I mean, they know there's 5 of us, right? So like
If we're in separate rooms.
Well, no, I think we go back to our 2 room.
For a
Dash
short
can be
rest,
solo.
for a short rest, you can sleep with your armor on. For a long rest, you need 2 full nights of total rest and a day of rest in between.
So do you level up off a short rest?
Long rest.
Oh, really? Right,
Jesus.
let's go somewhere else for 2 days then.
Yeah, let's fuck off outside the city and leave gameplay for a bit and just go do that.
well, it's the middle of the night, right?
Not the middle of the night, but it's certainly it's early night. So it's by now it's maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, something like that. There's still plenty of people like leaning over the barrister as Aragin is. There's still plenty of people down below in the bar. In fact, it's pretty loud. It's full.
Is that Quickblade guy down there still playing cards? Maybe he sent the
I haven't seen him today.
I reckon we should go somewhere else and just maybe see if we're followed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll work our way to the castle towards another inn, but try and
But
be
what
sneaky
will that
and
what
try.
will that tell you? Like if the grasp sends someone after us to find out where we're going, what will that
It tell us that they were probably likely to try and gank us in our sleep tonight.
or maybe he's just got someone watching us to make sure we fuck off in the morning.
Yeah, well, I told him I'm going to stick around and go to the castle and stuff anyway.
Oh, I thought you said you weren't. I thought he said I don't want you to do any further investigation at all, and you were like, okay.
Well, no, yeah, no investigating, but I've got to hand that letter from Sir Bellingham to the Duke. But yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to stay around after that. So I think it'd be good to get out of the alleys. That's my vote anyway.
All right. How do you do you want to take a vote? How do you want to do it? You know what? Like have a talk. I'll be back in a quick toilet break.
Uh-huh.
And also, if you do want to leave, you might want to have a think about how you're going to leave.
That's suspicious as well.
If we're going to level up, are we going to level up? By the way, is that the plan?
The least suspicious thing to do is just to like get up in the morning and go see the Duke.
Hopefully the gameplay doesn't get fucked with the timings on this one. If we go do nothing for 2 days, like you know what I mean?
Diggle makes we need to level up. That's I mean being level 1, especially with you guys completely fucked. Well, as in really low hit points, no spell slots. I mean,
I've got one spell slot left.
Okay.
Well, I have to admit this. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, but I mean, the thing is, I'm wondering about casting just the cure wounds on someone, but like, I don't know. Was someone on 2 hit points?
I'm on 5.
I was on 3.
I'm on 2.
Yeah, Bannofix.
Okay.
But the thing is, on the first night, I can use my hit dice of our rest, right?
If we get to sleep. Yeah. If we get to sleep, that's what I was planning on.
If we go somewhere else, we might not, because
why don't we just set up a watch and just have someone wake out in the corridor all night and just take turns?
It'll take 3 days.
Let's just vote on it, because I've only got about an hour and a half left tonight at most. I think I've been sick all weekend, so I don't want to go too late tonight.
Thanks.
But yeah, my vote is find another inn. But yeah, I'm easy. I'm happy to stay if everyone else votes stay.
So is the biggest concern that Doug will put down a battle map that's basically like, well, we're all shit scared?
It's part of it.
It's one of them. Yeah.
Well, I doubt we're going to get 2 days,
just trolled
2
us.
full days worth of rest and lying around in here either. So
Yeah.
there's no point in starting that whole long ass process.
Yeah,
So
I was
what's
about to say
your
that,
vote, Steve?
yeah, this long resting really fucks up casters. Like, I wish I wish I paid more attention to it, because I would have probably picked a different class. Because
We had that
Jesus,
conversation on Adventure 1 for about an hour, and the lawyering
Same.
was a lot.
yeah, if fifth
Yeah.
edition is
Basically,
not
all
built
spell
for it.
I still
Spellcasters
think
were
spell
like-
slot should be short rest, but let's get into
yeah,
that offline in the
spellcasters.
chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so let's just vote.
So we-
everyone post your vote.
I'm happy to leave. I'm good
Okay,
to
so
leave.
two leave. Steve?
But the question
or-
is, do we just walk out of here with our armor and weapons? That's probably the easiest thing to do. Otherwise, we could try and fling a rope out the window and try and stealthily leave.
Leaving implies that wherever we go, they're not going to know where we are. I'm assuming somebody's set up to put a little tail on us if we leave, obviously. So I'm all for leaving.
Okay.
I'm just for leaving clandestine-like.
Okay, let's go out the window.
Now
Okay,
the thing
let's go out
about
the
a
window.
rope out the window,
Yeah.
thing about a rope out the window, it's into an alleyway, but there are people walking up and down this alleyway,
And if you
Yeah.
fall and take damage, you
and
might
it's only
fall
like
down.
11 o'clock at night or something. So, I mean, none of you are. The other thing is, Arrogant's probably not going to fit out the window.
Are there any? Is there a stairwell up? Can we see if there's a way onto the roof?
Yes, there is a stairwell up. Yeah,
Okay, I
there
might just
are
go for a
other levels
stroll up
above this.
Okay.
Imagine if someone goes first, I could lower my armor and possessions to them and then go out the window.
Well, why don't
Yeah.
we just head to the keep and see if we can get some rooms somewhere near there, maybe.
Yeah.
If you show them the
So,
letter. I know it's a
off
bit
the-
late, but
Off
That's
the roof.
closer
or,
to the hill. Honestly, the hillbilly boys they own that whole space, and you're just going to have an even more dangerous gang basically kicking your ass up there.
Well, no, they won't necessarily know
We're
we're
near
there
the-
instantly.
Near the castle.
Yeah, but they
Find a
have
good
like
inn near the castle.
they have like they've infiltrated the keep and all the upper businesses up there.
Are they looking for us? Are you saying you know
Well,
they're
we don't
already
know.
looking for us?
No,
Yeah.
we don't know.
well, we
No,
are
okay, so-
investigating.
Yep.
the
So
building.
leave via the front door or try and get off the roof.
I'm
So
just
those are
saying
the
I
two
would
options.
probably trust the grass more than the others.
Yeah, you would, but they were going to butcher us, and they sent you out of the room. So
You're affiliated with the Grass Dash, so it's
Yeah.
automatically like a red mark on their, a black mark on their name.
yeah. So okay. So what do you guys reckon? Front door or roof?
Well, all I'm saying is don't assume that the devil you don't know is better than the devil you do.
I was about to say, like, I part of me is thinking now we might actually be more vulnerable wandering around looking for somewhere to stay.
I reckon.
Yeah, I was wondering about
Because you've spoken to
maybe
the
we
grasp. The
sh-
grasp has basically
no,
told you
short
he's
rest
pissed
tonight.
off.
Morrow,
Yeah.
and probably Dash as well, but Morrow and Dash, you will know other places where you could go, right?
Okay.
Because you're from Tarathian, so you're gonna, you know,
So
I'm not saying you don't necessarily know the city like you back of your hand, but you know your way around, and you know of other places where you could go and stay.
Well, I mean,
So just to check, Doug's, like if you short rested tonight and then just wandered to another inn and rested there the day and had a sleep, you'd get this long rest the second night, right? Just wandering around town for half an hour.
As long as you don't get in combat or something, that's not going to interrupt your long rest, is it?
Mm,
Because I mean that wouldn't make any sense.
yeah.
Just
You'd
walking.
be saying that people to get a full rest in your world have to be prone for 48 hours.
oh, healing injuries and stuff.
Yep.
I don't know. A short walk, I reckon, could probably get away with that.
Okay.
I mean, my business is done for the night, so I'm happy to find somewhere else to crash, and I'll like smile from ear to ear.
Okay, so my vote is, yeah, we leave and we try and get off the roof then, because if they don't know we've left, they might not tail us. Whereas if we wander through the front door, it's a bit more obvious.
Okay.
Well, just remember, you did promise the head of the grasp that you weren't going to continue kind of asking questions.
Yeah, but this is
I'm
going
not
to a
really
different
talking
end.
that.
We're not
Yeah,
going
we're
to.
going
We're
to a
just
different
leaving.
end so we can level up.
Well, there's nothing less suspect than climbing out the window on a rope for the night. Like I hope
There's
no one
nothing less
notices.
suspect than being sent to free whore. When does that ever happen?
Oh, and also, your boy from the
More
grass
suspect.
couldn't even keep the Benny Hill gang out of his, like, what would you say, his chapel, Hero's Palace. Like, what an incompetent fucking thief, man. So he didn't even know it happened. So why would we feel safe sitting in here? So I think leaving via the roof is fine. Going find somewhere else to stay is good.
We've had 2 votes. What are the other people voting?
Well, we all have to get out an alleyway with people below, or you're going to go up. You're going to go up over the roof and down the other side. Is that the plan?
Up to the roof and then down a rope.
I mean, this sounds like a terrible idea for a whole bunch of characters on 2 hit points.
I'm on 13 and I've got second wind.
Well, you'll be fine.
Well, I don't know if you do. I don't know if you do have second one, do you?
Yeah, I've looked at my character sheet. I was pretty convinced I didn't wear it. In fact, I convinced someone to heal me because I thought I might need that second one later. I didn't realise quite how dire the rest of the party got though at that stage.
Might have been me.
Wow.
Yeah,
When I learn healing word, I'm going to remember that.
Yeah, you just gave up your second wind knowledge. You could have waited for us to realise that you had it. Kept playing that card.
All right, I'm
Okay.
going to go for a quick
I learned
scope
from the best.
up the stairs.
Yeah.
See if I can find a place to exit.
Okay. So up the stairs, I mean, you run into a couple of people in corridors and so on. Not pays you any attention, Maynard. On the top story, you have a walk around, and there's actually a ladder going up to a trap door.
Okay.
Okay.
That'll do us nicely. Does it look
When
locked?
there's no
Can I
one there,
tell?
yeah, when there's no one there, you can go up. The trapdoor is pretty stiff, but you just like go straight up the ladder, give it a push, and you're up onto there's a roof. It's fairly dark up here now, but you're looking out over the alleys. You're just poking your head out. Most of the roof is this big wooden roof, but there's a narrow walkway about say maybe 2 feet wide to walk around on the top of the roof.
Okay.
It's unlocked.
And we've taken everything, right? All our weapons, rope.
Maynard, only Maynard went. So Maynard, you can go back and tell them.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
pop back down and get everyone.
There's
Okay.
probably a
So
fire
by
escape
now-
up there as well. Fires are
By
deadly.
now, you're maybe
Middle
not
Ages,
that
so-
far off midnight, but I mean, it was still going to be before midnight. There are still loads of people around. There's still loads of noise down from in the bar. There is, and someone bursts out singing, and there's some kind of communal sing-song going on. It's a bit too hard to hear what it is from here.
Are they talking
There's
about a
lot of
hero
alcohol
called
being
there?
consumed down that way.
They're singing our legacies.
There are still a few people like stumbling up to the rooms. You hear a bit of giggling, and there's some
So-
other girl.
Question is-
walking down the stairs. Looks like maybe visited a room.
Are we going to be
Yeah.
able to find another inn to stay in at this time of night? Or do we think it's going to be most places are not going to be taking in any extra people?
Middle of the night in the alleys. I mean, would you?
Yeah,
It's very like the. I mean, it's only about half an hour walk across to the castle, something like that, or less. So it's not going to be that far to go and find somewhere else. In the alleys, nowhere else springs to mind. Hero's Palace is the only place with rooms that you can think of in the alleys, unless you're talking about like a private room somewhere. That's probably not going to be enough for all of you.
you
Okay,
guys
so
you guys didn't
let's head out
inherit
of here.
like a building in Tarathian City at all, did you?
If Lady Meredith had one of them, she would have stayed there.
Olan's house.
Now, another place
No relation.
like Morrow, another place where you could consider might be your parents' house.
Jesus. No.
Mum and
Not yet.
Dad's.
Okay,
Yeah, let's just
so
go to
there
another inn and
are
try it.
plenty of other places. There are
We'll
plenty
go
of other
to the
places.
castle if we get stuck.
All right, we've packed up. We've headed up onto the roof.
We're looking for a fire escape.
We're also
From the
looking to
roof?
see if anyone is watching us, like watching the roof from any of the nearby buildings.
All right, Maynard, can you roll me d20, please? At disadvantage.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's
Okay, I think that was a 1.
I think he got distracted by the girl wandering around.
Okay. So
Okay.
I don't really need to roll again. It's going to be a 1.
As far as you can tell, right, no one's been paying you any attention. I mean, like, you've headed, like 5 of you all heading right up to the top floor with all your weapons and all your stuff. I mean, it probably doesn't even look all that suspicious. It probably just looks like, you know, like these 5 guys are going to their rooms. No one's paid you any attention so far as you can tell. There's a little corridor. No one seems to be, there's in this corridor going up to the ladder. No one seems to be paying you, like there's no one there as you go up to the ladder. You climb up to the roof. So far as you know, nobody has seen you leave your rooms. Now, can I just ask, did you leave your doors closed or open or what?
It's like
Closed.
Yeah. Obviously, they're not locked. They're just closed.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so now you're up on the roof. It's all dark up here. You're looking out over the city. By now, the city's fairly quiet. I mean, you hear occasionally you might hear a shout or something down below. The one place that's really still kicking off is Hero's Palace. You're probably not far off midnight now.
Just thinking something funny we could have done is just knocked on some of the doors on the level above us, and then paid someone to switch rooms with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted a better view, or a room with less noise.
Yeah, or a room with less semen smelling.
Yeah.
Yep. That would have been that wouldn't have been suspicious at all, by the way.
Don't get the black light cantrip. You don't want to know. All right, let's get out of here.
Yep.
Okay.
So is there a fire exit up on the roof? A ladder or something?
It's not a fire exit, no. It's not a fire exit, but there's a ladder going up into the roof, and there's a trap door. You've climbed up into the trap. You've gone up through the trap door. You're on this little walkway up on the roof, so you can easily close the trap door. There's no lock or anything like that.
Yeah, we'll do
Okay.
that. So we're going
You
to
can
go.
walk around. I mean, it's not necessarily easy in the dark, but you can walk around carefully on the roof. There's a post you can tie a rope to get yourself down.
Just before we
maybe
try this,
and shutter it there.
Do we want to try and switch rooms or stay with someone else? Because what we could do is just go and knock on a few doors and then just open them and see if there's any empty rooms. And then we could just all bunk up in a single empty room and just shutter the door and hide here.
I think they'll still find us if we're in Hero's Palace and someone's really looking.
Yeah, they might do.
Okay. If they burst in with weapons or something, the people who swapped with us are either going to be killed or pretty quickly say, no, they're up in that room.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd say if we you know, if we'd been a bit smarter, we could have always just like, you know, offered people, you know, something to like swap rooms with us.
I'm gonna, as we're climbing over, I'm gonna be like, what exactly did you guys say to those guys that we're all running for the hills?
That you killed your father-in-law and that didn't go down well.
You are actually pretty high up now. There is another roof down below you. It's about 30 feet down below. And like getting down there to there on a rope is going to be easy. And getting down there without the rope is going to be doable for someone who's really good at climbing.
Well, it's ropes it is then. So we'll tie a rope and lower ourselves down. Can we get down without being noticed by security?
There's no one in sight. There's no one.
Okay, we'll do it now.
Can we also? Can we also ensure that we can just bring the rope after us? Can we just sort of loop it around something, have two ends hanging down? So that way we can just pull one end when we get to the bottom?
Yeah, there's a post.
Yeah, it's for
There's
fun, so that's a great idea.
there are things you can just loop a rope around, no problem. In fact, even a 50 feet rope, you won't even have to tie two together or anything like that. You're going to be able to like drop the last wee bit.
Yeah, okay, cool. We'll do
Good
that.
idea. Good idea.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
So they
Sure.
can't be sure how we snuck out.
Okay.
I'll go down first if you guys are all right with that, just because I'm on full HP.
Yeah.
Right. So
Sounds
what?
good.
Aragin, can you roll me? Can you roll me an acrobatics check, please?
Not athletics.
This is a low DC. Okay.
Had some good
Okay,
rolls. I was waiting
Aragin.
for the luck to turn.
Aragin, you drop successfully, and you drop successfully down to the roof below. This roof is pretty steep, but you drop successfully, land with a bit of a thud. I mean, you've got to drop a few feet, you know. So there's a bit of a thud, and then who's going next?
I'll go next.
Okay, Dash.
D20. 18.
18, no problem. No problem. Barely even needs the rope.
All right. Before I go, I'm going to need to make a decision about whether I cast Healing Word on myself first. Because the thing is, if this is 30 feet and I roll a 1, are you saying I'm going to fall for 3d10, 3d6 damage, which is probably going to kill me?
Well,
Why didn't you tell me the maths before I went, you fuck?
I mean, I'm not saying you're going to fall from the top, but
Yep.
I mean,
But a one,
like
you probably
even
will.
just climbing down a rope, it's not
Yep.
necessarily difficult for like fit guys like yourselves, fit coordinated guys like yourselves. But it is dark. The rope doesn't go all the way down, and you're landing on a very steep surface. So,
Does Morrow have a healing word?
Aragin and Dash have made it down. Three of you have still got to go.
Dash,
Right,
you
right,
should
six.
you should light your lantern.
The other thing
and
you've
shutter
got
it,
is the other thing you could
put the hood
consider
down.
as inspiration.
Why?
because we're going to need light when we get down to the street potentially.
I'll do it when we get down to when you guys all get down.
We don't
Now,
want to
down
sit
in the
outside the
street
building
level,
for ages.
Down in the street level, there is a little bit of light from
Okay.
torches and there's a little bit, enough to like walk around.
All right. Why don't the bards inspire each other? I think that might be a good idea.
Double hand job.
Well, why don't you inspire me, and I'll encourage the other one.
I was about to say I want to be like it'd be like the predator, like Dylan.
Wait, isn't yours a cantrip too?
Yeah.
To the chopper.
So you could have been doing it for everyone then.
Bushy pencils.
Oh yeah. Okay, good point.
Oh yeah.
But I can't encourage myself, so I'll need inspiration myself.
Yeah,
So,
someone give inspiration to Stu and he can.
All right.
Right, so who's going to inspire
encourage both of you.
benefits?
All right, I'll inspire Bannofix. I'll take his guidance.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He can guidance me as well, I guess, because his doesn't expire.
All right. So who's going next?
Well, I better go next because guidance doesn't last long.
Okay, Morrow.
Right.
Acrobatics.
Oh
check, please.
Jesus!
What is guidance?
What's my What's my like last week? Not last week. Last
Oh,
session.
you know
I
what?
got
Oh yeah.
D6.
I got that.
It gives you an advantage if you want to use it, doesn't it?
Now, Morrow, that's a
I think you
crap
have to
roll.
declare it. I think.
Yeah, I
it's
was about to say.
D4.
So, last session I got inspiration for insulting Dash's mum. So, can I? Is that advantage or is that like an extra
Yeah,
die? Or
however,
something?
you've also got guidance. What does guidance do? Can you
I think
remember?
is it D4?
D4. Add a D4 to the number.
Okay, do you want to use that or what do you want to do?
Well, I mean, what does the inspiration, the DM inspiration do? Is that like
DM
advantage on the
inspiration
roll?
gives you
Advantage.
advantage.
Do you have
Right,
to
okay.
declare it before you roll?
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Sorry.
I'm not
Do
sure.
you? I don't know. Do you?
I don't know. It's up to the
I
DM.
thought inspiration was
don't.
kind of like luck.
That was my fault. I was going off how I do it at my table.
Yeah.
So that was, if I've rolled it and that's the rule, I'll just take the lumps because.
Oh no, I was just checking with dogs because I wasn't sure.
I think you're allowed to use it because I think as if you're using inspiration and you roll poorly, then you say, "Oh, right, okay, I'm gonna roll again."
That's true.
Yeah, I think you probably can. Do you want to use
All
that?
right. I think now is the time if it's at all because I roll like shit.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use.
You've also got guidance, right? So you've also.
Yeah, so I was going to put that on top.
Right. Anyway, no problem at all. Morrow getting down. Morrow, you're pretty good at that.
Ooh, I'll take that. There we go.
Who's going next?
Okay, I'll go next.
And you've also got your
guidance.
So you've also got your you've also got your guidance.
Yep.
No.
Okay. Right. Rolling. 17. Okay, sweet.
17 at disadvantage.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Shit. Shit. Oh, no.
Oh, look at that.
13. Okay. Pure.
No problem at all.
Okay.
All right. And who?
Right, the last guy.
All right.
The last guy, he's feeling inspired, and Bannofix is going to get down this rope.
Inspiration's an advantage, right?
No, it's a D6 if you want to use it.
D6, yeah.
If I want to use it. Yeah, I'll use it.
Shit.
Below
D6.
Fine.
You hit at acrobatics.
So that comes to 5 in total. You get +1, and the DC was 5, so you're fine.
Woo!
Okay.
Nice. Bannofix lands clumsily. Slides on his arse, starts sliding down the roof, goes, grabs hold of the roof tiles, and saves themselves. Clambers up, and just looks a little bit uncoordinated. But at the end of the day, everyone's down fine. So you're now down about halfway. From this roof, you can move across the crest of the roof, and from there, you can easily and safely drop onto a lower roof. Pretty soon, you're down at street level somewhere lost in the alleys. Which way are you going to head? So, 3 places spring to mind. One place which is pretty big, the Tarathian Inn and Stables. These are all on the opposite side of the centre, somewhere that Morrow knows pretty well. Across the river, there's a Silver Swan, and there's also the Watchman, which is not that big, but they do have rooms. So there are 3 places.
I reckon we go Tarathian Inn and Stables.
Nice big place.
Yeah.
Close, not too far from the castle.
Okay. Does someone want to plot me a kind of a? If we go back to battle map that I didn't get to use, damn it. And yeah, which way?
Man, that was organized cowardice, guys.
Okay, so the place where you end up is roundabout there somewhere, I think. Is that right? Maybe. Hard to know. It's hard to compare on this. Yeah, it's somewhere there. You turn up at the Tarathian Inn and Stable. By now, it's probably after midnight by the time you get there. It's still open. There are still about a dozen people in the bar. There are 2 of these guys are just rolling drunk at the bar. They're obviously having a good time. There's some tired and bored looking guy. He's about 50. He's about 50 behind the bar. And you all step in. And he says, oh, careful those weapons.
Yeah, we'll put them in our room. We're after a large room for 5 if you have it, with some bunk beds or the like.
Yeah, I do. It's a bit rough. It's a bit rough. You good with a couple of you might have to sleep on the floor. It's going to be a squash.
Can you pull some mattresses in, or have you got two, or do we get 2 rooms side by side somewhere?
Yeah, no, there's one room. There's one room, but yeah, we can organise something. Yeah.
It doesn't need to be flash. We're not the wealthiest of sorts.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Yeah, we've got something. Come and have a look. And he goes, oh, I'll fucking wake him up. And he says he goes back and he gets some guy. He comes up and shows you to a room. Now this room, it is pretty rough. There are beds for 3, but he says, yeah, I can go and get some mattresses, and if there are 5 of you, it'll be a squash, but it's going to be fine.
All right, roll a d20. Highest gets the beds.
Right.
19. Oh, it was almost a 1.
A couple of you are going to have to sleep on the mattresses on the floor. It's not going to be a problem.
Okay. Dash and Maynard on the. Oh no, it was the Dash and Bannofix on the floor.
So
Gets a 20.
rolled 20.
Yeah.
So how many nights are you going to pay for?
2.
2.
We need to level up before we go to the castle. Is my vote anyway.
Okay. All right. So you're going to pay up for food, and you're going to basically just spend 2 full nights just totally resting up, because some of you are badly injured, and you're going to have to take care of those injuries. Take a bit of time to heal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mend our armor,
Nice.
sharpen our weapons, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. You've got all that kind of admin to do.
What's the name of the place we're at?
It's the Tarathian Inn and Stables.
Oh, yes.
Tarathian Inn and Stable. Yeah. Okay. So keeping a low profile, you spend the next day. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to advance the calendar to Wednesday. And like, Aragin, you're not going to head out on your own, eh? You're just going to, your priority is just resting up, and everyone's sticking together. Okay.
Yep.
And
is it the Binnell Hill Boys? Sorry, just checking. Or what's the? Oh yeah, because there's a Binnell Gate, isn't there? Just checking what they're named, kind of.
Yeah, and then on the morning of the Thursday.
Yeah, I think that's the same, Ari, because there's the Binnell Hill out there. So I think the Binnell Hill Boys are actually out that side.
Yeah. So on the morning of the Thursday, everybody is fully rested. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to apply a long rest. Actually, should we level up first? Now, the other thing is I'm going to put some XP on. Ooh. How much XP? Let's go for 100.
Nice.
I just want to it's just a token amount, right? I just want to slap on an extra 10 from
10.
I'm going to go 10, okay? Just an extra 10 for Morrow and for Dash for some fine poetry.
I thought it was for the horse.
Yeah, I should get points for my performance.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Okay, let's go 20. Okay.
What about when Aragin managed to not hand over the letter that he thought he was going to?
Just about got our throats cut.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have to reveal the other one then.
Right, let's just go with that. So anyway, everyone's going to be able to level up. Should we just go through an order? Do you want to roll hit points? How do you want to do it? Let's just open all these character sheets. Edit 5 characters. Ice.
Is it an individual choice, or do we all go do the same thing?
We all have to do the same thing, I think. So let's vote. So rolling.
Vote. You can roll. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to.
Rolling. I'm
right,
going for 3.
I'd probably take an average.
Yes.
Okay.
We could do the average for the first for the second level, and then I reckon we roll for everyone after that. Well, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the average for level 2, And then I'm going to mock the shit out of anybody who's taking average beyond that level, just to
Okay,
keep it
fair
BAU.
Well, I'm going to mock
Okay.
the shit out of you for taking the average on level 2.
Okay, are you rolling?
Yeah, roll.
Are you rolling?
Okay,
Maynard?
I don't know.
I want
I
to
don't
do
know.
Morrow first because I've already started. So Morrow, you're going up a level in Bard,
Yep.
and you are taking 5 hit points.
Yeah. It's 5. Yeah, D8, isn't it? 5 plus 2. So
Okay.
for my.
Now, are there any decisions you need to make at second level? I don't think you do.
The only one I need to decide is my spell, and I would take Healing Word, please.
Healing Word. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than
So-
that, I think it's just my features
You've
come
picked
online.
up Healing Word from these other guys.
Yep.
Okay. Nice. Okay, next guy is Maynard. Maynard, you're taking a level in Bard as well.
I think so.
And you are,
Yeah, I think so.
and you're taking 5 hit points, or you want to roll?
I'm going to roll.
You madman. You're just bluffing.
I've been
Okay.
rolling well tonight. It's so tempting.
Let's say
Oh,
that D8.
if he rolled, I might have to.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Oh, that hurts.
There's no mercy. No mercy. 1 hit point.
Okay.
Do you-
Oh,
do you
I
have-
think I get
do
a
you-
bonus.
Hopefully,
I
you've
get
got
2
some
hit points.
constitution. Okay.
Oh, that sucks. That's gonna
Maynard.
hurt.
Maynard,
I think.
you also choose a first level spell.
The worst part is when people are
Yep.
looking at you rolling. It's like, oh no.
No,
Yeah,
it's
even
like,
even
if
I
you
feel
don't
Man,
want to
bad.
you
choose a
got
spell
laughed
right
at.
now, because Burrow knew what he wants. If you don't want to choose a spell right now, you can choose it after the session, and but then obviously you can't. Yeah, you choose it after the session if you want.
Yeah,
That roll could
Oh,
cost me another
also,
character.
probably shouldn't have. Yeah. Because the thing is, I could. Yeah, well, it's too late now because I have actually rolled the hit points, but I could have actually diverged and leveled up in something else.
nice
Didn't we want to
try.
say multi-classing before 5th level or something?
Oh, is that right?
But yeah, you'll have to check what the rule was. But
He'll
Sure,
let you,
some-
he'll
Okay,
let
yeah,
you
that's fine.
diverge as long as it's a class with a D8 as the hit points.
You never
you know
usually
what spell
want
you
to
want,
until you
Maynard?
hit
That
the
could be
second or
rogue.
third level where you get your class feature anyway, because that's a
Yeah.
big step up. But
Was just out of interest, my total XP readout, is that after it was adjusted for the because I got a 50 award, but that should have, it was bumping up to 100.
Yeah, it's correct.
Good,
We double
that's
checked
good.
it.
I'm happy to run with that. I'm just trying to get everything I can get.
Yeah, you do. You have to scrounge.
Maynard, do you know what spell you
I-
want? No, you can come back
Geoffrey
to
will
it.
trace. No, I'll come back to it.
I'll leave your character sheet open. Okay. So dash.
Yep, I'm taking the average.
Hmm.
Mediocrities.
Boo, loser.
Oh, I'm looking forward to your roll.
Yeah.
And the dash is, dash, it says bonus actions.
Cunning action. Is it?
I don't,
And
Hmm.
oh, Black Cat rolled you a 2 there. We're gonna
Okay.
go with 5.
We're going to take 5, but I'll see what I would have rolled.
Go for
Is
it.
it a D8?
Nobody cares, remember? We've talked
Yeah.
about this.
Somebody cares.
Don't bother
Oh,
about-
Ah.
Oh, bad luck.
yeah,
Dice mock. The dice mock. Yeah, okay. And now Bannofix, please.
There you go.
What are you doing, Bannofix? You gonna roll?
Yeah, I'm going to roll. This is D8, right, for a druid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's get it. 3.
Ooh.
It's not the
Sweet.
worst.
Oh, well, but you could have taken.
Now, what
taken
circle?
the five.
I could have. Doesn't matter to me though. Cool. The cool thing is I get to heal from the back. Some people. You won't need a lot of. You won't need a lot of healing because you've taken the average. I just get an extra spell slot on this one, by the way. I'll take Circle of the Shepherd.
Circle of the Shepherd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bannofix the Shepherd. Okay, no, that's
like
cool.
one of those canes with a little hook on the top.
Do I automatically get a Shepherd's Crook? Which is, I think, is what you're referring
No, you
to.
don't automatically.
Okay.
So you're order 3.
Yep.
And a question. First level spell.
An extra
Summon
first level
sheep.
spell. I haven't actually figured out what that will be yet, but
Summon
No, no,
sheep.
but I'll get back to you.
Okay. Circle of the Shepherd. I don't know what stuff that gives you. But
Shepherd's
I'll
Crook.
have a look at that at some point.
Do you want me to tell you now, or
Yeah, can you just quickly, like...
Yeah, so I get to the Circle of the Shepherd. I get to cast that those totems. One of the 3 totems. It's either bear spirit, hawk spirit, or unicorn spirit.
Unicorn spirit.
And it lasts for a minute. It's a bonus action. I mean, it doesn't say here how often I get to do that.
Oh, you get
Oh,
one.
Black Cat actually knows. So
Okay, cool.
short or long rest.
Cool.
So Black Cat knows that you've got these totem things, but it just doesn't automate what they do.
And also I get Speech of the Woods, which means I get to speak, read, and write Sylvan, and I get to understand beasts, and they can understand me. So I can actually
cool. So yeah, Sylvan has appeared on your character sheet, so obviously Black
So
Cat's
you can
got that.
summon sheep and talk to it.
I can't summon a sheep, but I can talk to it. I can ask it where you touched it, and
You can ask it for consent.
I think they will. I think it'll hold up in court if I see where did Dash touch
Okay,
you.
Aragin.
Yep.
Aragin, are you going to roll
Yep.
or?
Going for fighter. And yeah, I'm going to roll.
Yeah, boy.
D10.
Oh, yes.
Nice
Fuck
work.
yeah.
Ooh.
Nice work.
He's happy.
12 hit points.
In your face, Neal.
Yeah.
Not as much as yours, my friend.
I'm comfortable with mine, man. No,
Oh,
I'm good.
jeez. All right.
25
There are
HP.
no decisions. There are no decisions to make.
Yep.
25 hit points.
No
Well,
decisions to make
Second
at
wind.
this level. So
You
actually,
weren't taking shit for much
what I
longer.
should have done.
I was sure that was going
Sign
to go horribly
location.
too.
I should have done that earlier. Sign location, and we are in the town. All right. I'll just set it to there. That's fine. Okay. And now long rest.
Oh, well, at least we survived.
Yeah.
No one-
Nice.
were we watching to see if anyone followed us to this inn, or did we just forget to do that?
You forgot, but no one has visited you, so
You're still alive. Celebrate.
yeah, no one's visited you, and you're now second level. You're fully rested. You've got all your spell slots, and you have achieved. Still haven't dropped off that letter.
No.
So we're now on the Thursday. What's the plan?
Right, we're second level. Let's go back to Heroes Palace and fuck them all up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, I think I wouldn't
I'm
mind
not
buying
taking
a
shit
dagger.
anymore. I rolled a
and then going to
9.
the castle.
Okay.
Arrogant
I'm
sounded
twice
then.
as tough as yesterday, punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't count on that being tough enough.
No.
Okay. So you feel now fully rested, and you're ready to head out. What's the plan?
I want to buy a dagger and go to the castle. I'll give Morrow back his dagger.
Thank
You don't know
you.
where
it's
you
quite useful
can
to have
buy
one.
a dagger. You don't know where you can buy a dagger, but the
be a smith.
castle seems like a logical place. I don't know how much money you got left, Aragin. Oh yeah, you've got a bit. You've got enough. How much is the dagger?
Yeah,
It's
that's a
like
good point.
two
I've
G.
only got. Oh,
It's
really?
like two, isn't it? 2 gold pieces.
Okay, well, let's forget that because that's all I've got. In fact, we're not going to be able to stay in the city for much longer because it's bleeding us dry.
Yeah, especially the amount that certain party members are spending on hookers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
Oh, hold on. A dagger is 2 silver pieces.
Yeah.
If we were going by the book.
Okay, sweet,
But
yeah.
I'm assuming the book is the price. Actually, I'm not really the guy to ask. Sorry.
2 silver
Okay, so
pieces,
he
is that
doesn't-
all?
Well,
Yeah.
I've just loaded the bit from the book because
I
I've got a
wouldn't
screen
mind.
grab.
We've got a couple of maces to sell actually, so we might as well go to a
But
smith.
maybe that seems a bit low.
Oh no, it's 2
No,
GP.
well,
2 GP.
No, maybe no.
The
That's
great-
all
the
right.
great
That's okay.
crab
I've got a
is 2
dodgy.
SP. Yeah,
Obviously,
2
I've got a
GP.
dodgy list. So I was looking at a picture. It looked like it was from the book, but I guess it was modified. I
You
thought it
can
was.
get it-
I thought
you
it was
can get
1
a
or 2
great
GP.
club,
So
though.
that's all right.
A great club for 2 silver pieces.
2 silver.
Yeah, here we go.
Two-handed
That
great
looks
club.
correct.
It's a big 2-handed fucking slab of wood.
With a
Sorry.
nail.
Boom.
Yeah, so the castle seems like a place that might sell a dagger.
Yeah, it turns out I can't really afford one, so that's. But I wouldn't mind selling the mace. I will give it back tomorrow though, just in case he needs it.
Sure.
It's just handy to have in an common room.
Well, I'll if we find somewhere to sell stuff, then I'll sell my mace as well, and you can have. I'll put that
Actually, we'll
towards
have to
your
remove a
dagger
little bit
fund.
of money. We'll have to remove a little bit of money for like you are like you've burnt through the coins now, which you were given for inns and stuff.
So what are we going to
Yeah, could I
do
take
when
money
we
off
head to the
Dash?
castle? Are we just going to deliver it? Are we going to ask to see?
I might have to take some money off your character sheet, Dash, because
Okay, it was worth it.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't suppose we have the means to pop the seal and then reseal it.
Well, I could turn myself into a cat and see if I can sneak up into the room and have a listen.
Could you turn yourself into like an insect and read it without
That
read
feels
part of it?
that feels very dangerous, though. Imagine if the guy's like, "Oh, a cockroach," and then I'm just
No,
lying
you're
on the
talking
table.
about
Dash kills the cockroach.
Yes,
Yeah.
the letter to the
Okay.
Duke.
I mean, Sir
Could it be
Bellingham
anyone?
basically summarised what he was saying, right?
Oh, did he? What did he actually say that was in there?
So what he said, I mean, what he told you, he's writing to the Duke, and this Narandian ship arrived in the port of Avatar.
Oh yeah, it was about that.
All right.
It's about that.
Refusing to pay the duty.
Yeah.
No
So
duty.
so what he told you is he
forgot
basically
about
wants a directive from the Duke about how he should handle that kind of thing, and like he was saying, he's worried that if a whole lot of Narandian ships start turning up, and they don't have to pay duties and they don't have to pay even berthing fees, then he's lost his income. One ship's not a problem, right? One ship's like shit
That's
happens.
the precedent.
But he just wanted to get a directive from the Duke about how to handle it. That's what the letter is. So that's what he told you anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly what's really written in it is, the bearer of this letter is a stinking traitor.
He should be
and,
arrested. Yeah. Yeah. Throw him in the dungeon.
But
You want to hand it in, Dash?
I know my way around dungeons around here.
You've
no,
been
you
saying
don't
a truth
necessarily
to
know your
one.
way around inside the castle better than anybody else.
From a previous
Um,
life.
I should probably get a
Did
map of
I
the
cut someone's tongue out? I did, I cut someone's tongue out in the dungeons in the last campaign. That's right. Died.
We got stabby a
Yeah,
few
you're
times.
pretty dark.
Yeah.
There
We
was
kept,
some
we kept,
wizard
we
who
kept
didn't want to
carving
hit
people
That
up,
was
and
the
then we're like,
mage.
what? He died? How did he die?
Yeah.
Well, you stabbed him 6 times. Well, it's not right, but still.
I mean, we kept trying to ask people questions, but we failed to ask questions. We softened them up first. They
Yeah, by
usually
cutting their
ended.
tongue out and then
They,
one.
yeah,
one
they usually ended with their death. So
oh, he's
That's-
taking his tongue.
Well, it took us
Ask him
so
some
long to
questions now.
capture someone. When we finally did, we just fucking pulverized them to take our frustration out. And we were like, oh, damn.
we want to question him, but let's just start with the torture part. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Okay,
At
well,
one point, there's the idea that you could just put a dagger into someone a little bit and do 1 hit point of damage.
Yeah.
And I
That
was
was-
just
that
like,
was
no,
only
that's
just
only
the
in
tip.
combat that these rules work. It's one prisoner accidentally got killed.
Shall we ask the Inquisitor whether there's any developments in the investigation? In terms of the lady, sorry, not the lady, the what's that family called? That was, is it
Right.
the?
Are you heading towards the castle?
I guess so.
Oh yeah. By the way, you do realize when you were talking to the head of the grasp, and you were like, "I'm just a guard."
Yeah.
I did tell you I had told Richard that you guys were the sons of the guy from Ryman Castle, right?
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's why Dougal was like, "That's interesting," because he'd probably already been told who you were, probably.
Well, if he's like the leader of the gang of thieves, man, and he's asking everyone to be honest with him, he's just like fucking naive. Yeah, this guy sounds super incompetent, eh? You know, that's just the worst thief.
Let's not let Bannofix talk to him ever again.
This guy sucks. I've decided to make my character
Gave
with a
him some
slight.
home truths that he didn't want to hear.
I'm gonna play this character with a slight bit of Asperger's. Like he just can't control. He's got no filters. He's just gonna say exactly what he thinks when he thinks it.
Morrow, you're muted, by the way.
So do we
Yeah,
ask-
sorry, were you asking me something?
No, it's just, it looked like you might have been saying something, but you're muted.
Oh, yeah, it was my son was asking me a question.
All right, fair enough. And so you're
Wait a sec.
heading towards the castle, and you reach the gate of the castle. What's everyone doing?
just to identify who I am and
Gives you a
obviously
moment.
show the guards that I have a letter for the Duke
Okay,
from Sir
there are 4
Bellingham.
men on the gate, including a huge guy with a long sword, who's yeah, you recognize this guy. He's quite tall, heavily built, reddish brown hair, beard. Sergeant Bannerman. Is this?
Ah.
Oh, how are you all? You're recovered.
Much better. Did you ever find out anything about those men?
Well, no. The Lord Inquisitor was quite interested. He had a couple of his men look at the bodies. He didn't tell me anything.
Do you think we might
So the honest truth is, I asked him, and he told me that he basically said, "Yeah, thank you for doing your job, and it's in my hands now." So I the truth is, I don't actually know. But anyway,
that's
the
fair.
Lord
Yeah.
is aware of what happened.
We're actually here to deliver a message from Sir Bellingham to the Duke, and I was wondering
Right.
actually, while we're here, would it be possible to speak to the Inquisitor, the Lord Inquisitor, sorry, about the Somerville family who were poisoned? Lady Meredith is keen to know if there have been any updates or anything further in the case.
You'd have to ask him, but I don't know who will let you into the inner bailey, or if you'll be allowed in, or but if you're delivering a letter for the Duke, I expect someone will be allowed in. As for talking to the Lord Inquisitor, I can't really answer that. It's beyond my authority, I'm afraid.
Okay. Well, we will ask, and if he's too busy, then that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you can only ask. Yeah, he is often busy, but yeah, he's a fairly important guy. It's definitely worth asking. So he's very happy to let you in with all your weapons and so on. And you go into the outer bailey. You do see what looks like a weaponsmith there.
I'll definitely duck in there, see if he's interested in buying 2 maces.
Okay, now who's got the maces? Yes, he will be.
I've got one.
These are just normal maces.
So maybe we can trade one for a dagger and sell the other.
Okay, so basically, yes, you can trade one for. He's going. He suggests he shows you dagger and he says, "Yeah, sure. I mean, this mace is going to need a bit of work, but I can trade you one for one." Now, whose character sheet are we changing here?
Depends. Aragin will need to lose a mace, and if you haven't given the dagger back, then just put the dagger on Morrow's character sheet. And then I think he wants to sell a mace as well.
Okay, so we're removing a mace. We're adding a dagger on Morrow's character sheet.
Yep, and if he's willing to give me anything for this mace, then I'll take it.
I don't know if I need 2 of them. Oh, give you 20 silvers.
Fine.
Okay, so why? Oh yeah, there's a mace on your character sheet as well. Okay. So he hands over 20 silvers, gets 20 silvers for you.
I mean, that's not bad. You usually only get 50% for selling stuff. He offered you 40%. He's a bit of a tight ass, but better than carrying around a useless mace.
I mean, I can't wait until we're like level 20. We can get healing potions. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So that from there, the inner bailey is guarded by a gatehouse. There are 4 men there as well. So heading up there with all your weapons. The sergeant. He's a pretty serious looking guy, heavily built. He's got a shield across his back, longsword at his belt. He's wearing chainmail. And he just puts up his hand. And you notice over one breast, he's got a cloth patch that shows a white sword hilt in the shape of a cross with a gold border. And he says, "Hey, gentlemen, what's your business in the inner bailey?"
We are here to deliver a message to the Duke from Sir Bellingham. And we're also hoping to have 5 minutes of the Inquisitor's time if he's free to see us. My name's Aragin Bellingham.
Aragin Bellingham. May I see the letter, please?
Absolutely.
So he looks over the letter, kind of hands it back. He says, "Do you all need to deliver the letter?"
Yes.
So who are you?
Bannofix, can you make me a persuasion check, please?
The fucking farmer in the back.
Yeah.
At disadvantage.
Oh, crap.
20.
Not just
Why disadvantage?
it's not just
Just because that was bad. Yes.
No, it's not just yes, it's like yes. You know what I mean?
Should have been intimidation.
This is
20.
Either way, you nailed it.
Bannofix
sure.
is yeah, no, Bannofix's determined answer takes him somewhat by surprise. He doesn't really know how to answer that, and he says,
Yes.
"Oh, very well. He says, put those weapons away at least," and he lets you through. everyone, like everyone's eyebrows raise at Bannofix. He's not the most tactful character, but this time it paid off. And then
get us killed.
And then there are two soldiers on the door of the keep, which is closed.
Trees understand me.
And one of them says, sorry, I don't recognize you. I turns to the other guy. Do you recognize any of them? May I ask what your business in the keep might be?
Yeah, you wouldn't recognize us. We're from Ryman Castle, from Avatar. We're here to deliver a message to the Duke and to speak to the Inquisitor. We're in no rush, so we're happy to wait around while you send a message to them, or to wait on their convenience.
All right. He says, he opens a small shutter in the gate, and he calls in, Captain Morris. And there's some guys here to deliver a letter to the Duke from
Sir Bellingham.
Sir Bellingham. After about a minute, this captain comes out and he says, you're here to deliver a letter? Can I see it?
Yep, I'll hand it over to him.
He examines the letter and he says, one man will come with me. We will deliver the letter to the Chancellor. Yourself?
Yeah, or did you want to go Maynard, or otherwise I'm happy to.
I'll be like, Benix will start pushing through at the front. Don't worry, guys.
Might we also speak with the Lord High Inquisitor?
Bellingham, not Belland.
I'll say, I am Aragin and this is Maynard. We are sons of Sir Bellingham. Might we both speak to the Chancellor?
Are you? All right. Very well. Leave your weapons with your friends, and both of you may come.
Okay.
So you hand over your weapons, and you go in. There's a long wait. Then you're led in to see the Chancellor. Looks up, and the captain explains there's a letter to deliver. He takes the letter. Clark records a receipt. Maynard, you're given a receipt. It's got a name and address on it. It just looks like an official kind of process. The Chancellor doesn't look very interested. He says, where are you staying?
The Tarathian Inn and Stables.
Very well. And they also record your name. And he says, stay until tomorrow morning at least, unless in case there's a reply. Okay. And then you're just like directed out. He wasn't really interested. Then you're asked to see the Lord Inquisitor.
Or one of his aides.
Okay. An appointment is you say what it's about, and you're told to come back tomorrow morning. Okay. That leaves you most of the day free. What's the next step?
Does anyone have anything they need to do? I'm just going to grab a drink.
No.
You might be scrounging around for enough coin to pay for another night at the inn.
Well, we do need to go find that Sam.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, I don't know whether or not that'll be misconstrued as, investigating or not. But maybe we can come up with a reason. You know what I mean? For me, I wouldn't even know how to reach out. Do we have any idea of where the Sam might be? Dougs?
Just from all you've got is you've got access to the information in the letter, and you've got access to the extract from the diary. That's all you've got.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we just wait for the outcome of this, the response, hopefully.
Okay. Okay. Now, you, I haven't, yeah. All right.
Do we know where, what were they called? Do we know where the Somervilles lived? Because I think as long as it's not in the alleys, we might be able to get away with kind of still poking around a bit. But yeah, I wouldn't suggest we go asking any more questions in the alleys.
And isn't Dash still in the good books? Basically, he wasn't part of this whole episode, so he still gets on well with the grasp, right?
Yeah, I'm working my way up. No.
So that might mean Dash might be able to ask a few questions.
What are we trying to find out?
We're wondering about this Sam person that's mentioned in the letter.
So
Samantha.
Sam accused the cook of poisoning. We can't ask the cook because the cook got hung. And it was kind of off the back of her more or less hanging herself by her comments, right? So it would be cool to speak to Sam to say why.
So we don't know who Sam is in those letters that got taken off us.
Well, she was part of the house staff, so I'm assuming we could figure out.
So we could just go around asking here, right? Out in the stable area and where they sell daggers and things, and see if there's any.
I think the whole go anywhere.
Have you left the castle now?
I think we'll go back to the inn for now.
You're just
probably
standing
go back to
outside
the
the
inn.
gate. You're in the inner bailey, just currently in the inner bailey.
I mean, we can ask around for servants called Sam, right?
What was the sergeant's name? The sergeant on the door that we knew, who sorry, what was his name? Who we talked to
Sergeant
after
Bannerman.
Sergeant Bannerman. Yeah, on the way back out, can I just ask him if he knows where the Somervilles lived?
Oh, yeah, he's still there. Oh, the Somervilles, that family that got murdered. Yeah. There was a trial about a week ago.
Yeah, Lady Meredith. Obviously,
Yeah.
their cousin wants us to just pay our respects while we're in town to the remaining members of the family.
Yeah. No, that was were you there at the trial?
No,
I was on the security detail for that. So I mean, it was pretty interesting. It was hard to concentrate on my job. The crowd was getting pretty rowdy, but so I was trying to follow it. Yeah, that was sensational. The whole town was talking about it. Yeah, the family, Garin Wood. Garin Wood was where they were from.
And forgive me, I'm not from around here. That's just to the north, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So from here, just head up that way to East Bank, and then go through Red Veil Gate. From Red Veil Gate, just hang a left.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know exactly where, but I don't know exactly where in Garrettwood. It was mentioned in the trial.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
just remember that because I was trying to pay as much attention as I could.
Yeah.
Is that about a day's walk away, or how far away is it?
Oh no, probably easily an hour. Like no, easily less than an hour. Probably you could get there in half an hour if you hurried.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's in the city.
Lady Meredith.
It's outside the walls. It's outside the walls, but it's in the city.
Lady Meredith just wanted us to stop in and obviously see if the surviving members of the family needed any assistance or if there's anything further she could do for them. She's terribly
Right.
upset by the whole
Right.
thing.
Well, one of them was actually at the trial. One of them buggered off, from what I remember. Oh, sorry about the language. I shouldn't speak like that. I'm still in the pub last night. You know, it's the
That's all right. None of us are highborn. We're not going to give you any shit about it.
you have to be a bit. Yeah, some of the people this way get a bit uptight about things. So one of them, what was his name? Brian, someone. He's gone missing, so he's a suspect as well. And the Lord Inquisitor is definitely after him.
So the investigation wasn't closed just with the cook. I mean, yeah, clearly someone must have put the cook up to it or something.
I think it's officially closed, but if this Brian guy turned up, I am pretty sure the Lord Inquisitor would be very interested in talking to him. But
so is
officially
it
it's over and done with. You know what I mean?
Is it Brian Somerville, or he's not part of the family?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I doubt. You know, he was a servant. It won't be Brian Somerville.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know his name. Yeah. Geez, you know, if anything, like hopefully I'll run into you guys again at some point soon. But if anything does turn up, I'd love to hear about it. Well, yeah, good luck. Arragon's reading some private player to player message here.
Was he?
No, I was just looking for a gif about Brian. the life of Brian. I'm Brian. No, I'm Brian. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we will stop in on the family and see if there's anything that we can do for on Lady Meredith's behalf.
Cool. Hey, is here a good time to stop? Do you think?
Possibly.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna have a long one tonight. To be honest.
Yeah, me neither. I've been sick
Yeah,
all
it's
weekend.
a Sunday.
Yeah, sneeze
It's a
in my
Sunday.
ass.
Yeah, so we got through an entire session and I didn't have any excuse to try and murder anyone.
I suspect you tried.
We came close there. The fight.
Job. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I hope that wasn't too boring, even though we didn't have any battles. It was actually pretty
That's
cool.
good.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Let me hit
Battles are scary when you're still first level anyway.
Yeah, let me hit the stop.